Alright, let's see. Oh boy, is it working? Is it working well? Hi. Is the stream running okay? Is it laggy? Can I get some feedback? For some reason, I'm not hearing playback on my end, even though I have it unmuted. So I'm not sure what that's all about. I heard it a second ago. And now it's gone. Boy, it sure would be cool if I could hear myself talk. Okay. Let's see. Like, just to monitor, like, what's going on in the stream, audio-wise. So far, I'm seeing lots of yo's and lots of hi's and OMGs. But how is the audio sound? Can you hear okay? For some reason, it's not letting me hear it. So... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's that? Oh, I'm getting a little bit. Do I just need to have the desktop audio on? No, that's not it. That can't be it. That ain't it. Boy, I just would love if I could hear the audio, but as long as you guys say it's running good, then that's cool. Okay. Weird. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It was working a second ago and then it just went away. All of my hardware is very, very old, and all of my internet upload speed is very, very low. So I had to like bring all the settings down. I haven't streamed in like a year. It was last February when I did a Streamily signing, and I, what do you call it? Man, it's not working good on my end, so I hope it, it works for you guys. Anyway, I had to do all these tests, and, actually, let me see if it's this audio box. Is it my interface? Maybe, mayhaps. All right, this is a leap of faith, you guys. Anyway, I had to like turn my settings down to like 720p to be able to get it to not like just totally crap the bed. So that's what we're gonna do. And right now I'm kind of hoping that I can like stream and run TV Paint at the same time. And run my shitty webcam as well. So we shall see. But yeah, I thought I would stream a little bit here and there. I keep thinking I'm gonna do it, and then I don't. And the other day, I had a shower thought and was like, I should just stream, and that would like, I don't know, it would be content. It would be something I could post, and it would kind of keep. I'm struggling right now to keep an active like online presence, I guess. And streaming would kind of like kill several birds with one stone. And it would kind of like keep me on track. Because sometimes I'll have weeks where I'm like, just like animating and I'm in the zone and I'm like, hell yeah. And then I'll have a week where I like don't barely touch it at all because I'm like busy with other things. And, you know, maybe that evens out to like a regular schedule, but maybe it doesn't. And I need to do something to kind of like hold myself accountable. So we'll see. Oh, there's a weirdness. I think it's going to be all right. If it isn't, I can put TV Paint in barbecue mode and see how well that works. All right. We have similar haircuts. Lol, it suits you very well. Thank you. I cut my hair. I was growing it. I growed it out all during COVID when I had it really long for a while. And I was waiting till after my wedding last February. And then I cut it again. So, and then I've been kind of trying to remember how I like my hair short because it hadn't been short in such a long time. So I'm trying to like, right now I'm kind of trying to do, you can't see because my lighting's terrible, but I'm sort of trying to do that like cool guy mullet thing. Whenever I have an idea for like a cool hairstyle and then I like get it, I'm like, oh no, I just look like a grandma. Like my hair's really fluffy, so it kind of like, and anyway, it's like I gotta like put gunk in it to get it to like sit the way I want. So anyway, thank you is what I should have said. I'm sure your hair looks awesome. Let's see, what animation program is that? Is TV Paint? All right. Thank you. Congrats on the wedding. Thank you very much. How's everyone's day going? Are you working on this alone? Pretty much. Imagine being married to such talent. I'll tell my wife that. I can wait another 10 years. Thank you. Good. You might have to. I'm just kidding. I didn't post a lot. Someone said they missed a lot in terms of married. I didn't really post about it. I've probably said like my wife on social media once or twice, but I didn't really make a whole post about it. I think I'd like to because the anniversary is coming up and I want to do pictures and stuff. Like, I don't know. I always kind of like struggle with like how much of my personal life do I want on the internet, you know? And then, but there's another part of me that's like, but I'm really proud and like I kind of want to show off like that we had this dope wedding and all of our friends and anyway. But yeah, so I'll probably post some like pics about it soon, a year later. Also, I was trying to get a little overlay set up so people could see the chat. Because I hate when I'm watching a stream. I'll save it later. I hate when I'm watching a stream and like they're just like responding to something in the chat, but they're not reading it out loud and you can't see what it is they're responding to. So I try and at least read it. But anyway, I can't get the chat overlay to work either. That was the other thing I was fussing with like all day long. But yeah, such a fan for a long time. We are so back. I could have been doing this like the whole time. Well, maybe I couldn't if my like hardware sucks really bad, but I always kind of feel like, man, I should do this. I should stream more often because I like it. It's fun. I have a good time while I'm doing it. People seem to enjoy it. But, I don't know. So I'm thinking maybe I can use it as a sort of way to give myself a schedule to stick to. We'll see. It might necessitate buying a new computer. Oh boy. How are you guys doing? How's everyone hanging in there? Please give a spoiler. Watch your own stream on your own phone. Oh my god. Okay. Maybe I will. Part 2 will have tons of spoilers. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna spoil it so bad when it comes out. That was the other thing I was kind of... This whole time I've been like a little precious about working on it. Like, oh, people are gonna see spoilers. That's just for my Patreon. And it's like, well, the more kind of stuff that you post, the more like hype that is generated about it, right? Like, I don't know why I was being so precious. But anyway. Yeah, let me... How do I view my own live posts? Let's see. Just another scare I gotta have. I gotta get like a dedicated setup. Okay. Alright. Let's see. That says stream date minutes ago. That can't be right. Can't be right. Yeah, here it is. Let's just see. Let's see what it do. I've been into watching streams, so hopefully you do a lot more of these. Thank you. We shall see. Yeah, did the stream. We hanging? Pretty good. Is there gonna be spoilers here? If so, I'd rather leave. Oh my god, just ads. Jesus. Such an inspiration to start my own channel. Good. I'm glad. Hope your channel is going well. Do you do animation as well? Stream is healing me. Okay, that's good. Let's skip this ad. Alright. Let me put this in my... Oh my god, this is unhinged. Okay. I've got the stream on my phone in my earbud. And then... Well, then why am I wearing these headphones? The headphones aren't doing anything. That's stupid. Okay. I don't need that. Okay. I guess I'll just do this. I don't really need the headphones for animating. I would use them for animating, but they're not working with my animation program either. But yeah, okay, cool. Erica, are you taking any other projects? Doing well. How do you continue to stay in Ooh, I gotta get this one before it disappears. Not disappears, but just... I'm not gonna scroll up if it goes off the thing. How do you continue to stay in a creative zone? I used to love drawing, but watching my favorite artists continue to give me a little bit of passion. You know, watching other artists makes me, like... I don't know if passion is the right word, but a lot of times when I see like cool stuff that other people are doing, I'm like, fuck, I gotta get on it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, other people are doing cool shit. How come I'm not? So I guess it's motivating in that sense. I don't know. I think for me, like, I really need to have times where I can just like be in like art goblin mode and just like, oh wow, what is happening with this pen? Um, where I can just like be an art goblin and work on stuff without like being, I don't know, involved in anything else. I've got a lot of different things going on and stuff that we're doing. I'm going into barbecue mode, by the way. That's this right here. So we're gonna, I don't know what compression is. Compresses projects data while saving. Oh, we don't need to do that. But I am gonna barbecue, as you can see. Burn my CPU and drain my battery to enhance my creativity, is what it says. So we're doing that. I'm gonna see if that makes it a little better. A little better. Not that much better. Yeah, the pen is kind of fucky. I don't know if that answered your question. I just need to have like these moments of like windows of just like, leave me alone, I'm being creative, like no interaction with the outside world, which is a struggle for me because I actually quite like touching grass. Like I actually quite like going out in the world and doing things and socializing and hanging out with my friends. I think I have like a pretty rich like social life. And I'm very lucky to have that, but I also kind of need to like set aside dedicated time to be like, I need to be a weird introvert and make my little pictures. So that helps me is sort of being able to, and what's nice also about like, having a bunch of, most of my friends are all also artists to varying degrees, but to just be like, hey, I need to recharge a little bit. Like I'm in a art hole right now, positive. And like, maybe we can hang out another time. I don't usually like cancel plans. I usually commit to plans, but I don't know, just kind of like finding the balance to find time to make art. That's part of why I'm like hoping this streaming thing will help. Okay, let's see. What else? Someone said, can't wait for the second act. Someone asked, are you taking on any other projects? Yes and no. Like, let me think. Sometimes I was kind of sort of working on like a little bit of a comic with my wife. Just as like a thing for both of us to do. I think we both collaborate with each other really well, but it's like I can't like drop Welcome to Hell and like work on another thing right now, so I kind of have to get Welcome to Hell finished. And right now the comic we were working on has only been thumbnailed. I get really frustrated because I've never really, I mean, I've made comics before, but I don't like, the art of making comics is not something I'm well versed in, and it's something I would like to learn, but it is a learning experience, and so I'm like, I sort of put that on hold. But that's something, I have other projects besides Welcome to Hell I'd like to work on. Once this is finished, I'd like to work on Welcome to Hell in like maybe smaller chunks, like just have like, shorts or little comics or doodles or something that I post. Or animatics. Like animatics are so popular right now, and I don't know why 10 years ago I didn't just like make a really polished animatic. I was like, no, I have to animate the whole thing, and part of me is like, if I give in now, that's admitting defeat, which is goofy. I'm gonna finish, this one's gonna be similar to part one, where it's like I'm gonna get it to a point that I'm okay with and then push it out there. But after that, I think I'd maybe like to focus on doing like really polished animatics, because that's kind of like, that's what I thought I wanted to do in the first place. And then I went to school for animation, and like I went to an actual school where they teach you like animation, and so I was like, I'm gonna make an animated film all by myself anyway. And I like it. I love doing animation. It's very fun, but it's also like impractical in terms of getting stuff done, and like if I was more active, there would be more opportunities, like like the shirts that I had at Hot Topic or whatever, they didn't reorder any more shirts, which is fine. That's not a big deal. I didn't like, I kind of didn't figure that they would, but I kind of got the data on like what what makes them order more shirts. And anyway, and I think it's something that they'd be more interested in if I was like posting stuff more regularly, if there was more like regular Welcome to Hell content. You know, so that's something. They're not opposed to like potentially doing stuff in the future, I don't think. But you know, it's just one of those things. Like you kind of have to maintain your presence, I guess, to kind of like have these other collaborations or whatever going on. So stuff like that, you know, I mean, not that the goal is to like have shirts in Hot Topic, but it is really freaking cool. And it does help with visibility, you know, like I cannot tell you how many people like sent me messages that were like, oh my God, I saw these shirts in Hot Topic and I remembered this, you know, that I watched your cartoon all these years ago. And then I checked on your channel and saw you were making more and oh my God. And it's like, so it all does help. It is all ultimately helpful to what I'm doing. But, you know, it's just tricky. It's like, it's a lot of different plates that you're spinning at once. Oh my God, the pen is like lagging in such a way that's making it just enough of a pain in the ass. Let's see. It's been going this whole time. Hi guys. Also, in terms of like working on other projects, like I do take industry jobs occasionally as well. So like those are not my projects, but they are projects I work on. I guess I paused the stream. Let's see. I just realized I wasn't really monitoring it anymore. Okay. Have you been reached out or interested by any studios? The animation industry seems to be booming as of late. It's funny you should say that because the animation industry is not booming. I don't know. I mean, it's like everyone I know who works in animation is really struggling with unemployment right now. And I'm not saying that there aren't. A couple things did just get greenlit, but for a while there was like kind of a dry spell. And it's been really bad. And maybe we're coming out of it. Like indie animation is booming right now. But the industry, I hope it's about to come out of a dry spell, but it's kind of a dry spell right now. So, you know, I mean, it's not like stuff isn't being made, but it's not like the 2010s where we were like greenlighting shit left and right. So I have been reached out to by a startup kind of studio that was interested in, at first I thought it was something more like funding for a series, but they're actually offering something more like a channel management, and I don't know, that's still kind of like something that we're no contracts have been signed or anything like that, but there's I have not had like a studio I mean, I think you kind of have to like pitch, and I have not gone around and pitched Welcome to Hell because I don't really have like, I don't know, I just feel like not a lot of places are taking anything right now, or maybe they'll take pitches, like they'll, you know, I have friends who have pitched stuff recently, but it just seems like no one's really sure what are we doing? What are we making? Is there going to be some merger that like just completely cancels everything this department is working on? Like, you know, the industry is like shifting constantly in a way that's really unpredictable right now. So again, it's not like stuff isn't getting made, but there's less of it, and no one's really sure what to do. And I've never really been sure what to do with Welcome to Hell. Like, I have a pitch Bible, and I could put together a presentation and pitch it, but I just don't know. I don't know. I don't really have, you have to have kind of an in at a place to pitch it, and I don't have an in at like Netflix or any of the streaming services. The studios that I've worked at, I don't know. don't know if I'm just not sure. I don't really know. Maybe something I could look into. But no, to answer your question, like I haven't, no one's reached out. Do I still have the sock figure from the Kickstarter from the first film? I need to know if he's alive and well. Yeah, he's in St. Louis. I don't have him with me, but he does still exist, and he is safe and sound. I don't know. I guess I for anyone who's curious, Jesus fuck. I did the Kickstarter for the first film, and one of the prizes that I set at like a ridiculous tier that no one would ever buy was this like anime schoolgirl figurine of Sock that I made in like a sculpture class at school. Anyway, so he is alive and well. I guess I could do something with him. I guess I could sell him, but I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. Wow, sorry. I work so much slower when I'm talking, so it's like, is this gonna actually help my productivity? Let's see. You kind of look like Hank Green. A compliment? Really? Someone told me in a previous stream that I look like a girl version of... Oh my god, who's the voice actor that's really popular right now? Michael Kovac? Kovac? I'm not sure how you say his last name. Someone told me I look like a girl version of him, which is really funny. I also like kind of just recently started watching a lot of Hank Green, so that's it. He's the science one, right? Anyway, really been watching a lot of like really into like PBS eons and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, that kind of chills me out to be like, just tell me about ancient human bones. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like I need to know that like humanity has been here for a really long time and we're gonna be okay. Or if we're not gonna be okay, like, I don't know, that we're gonna die off and the earth will be okay. I don't know. Anyway, I'm like really interested in listening to like prehistory stuff. I'm just like, cool. There's not important dates. You know, I mean, the dates are all ranges. It's not like a history test where I have to know an exact date. Anyway. And there's a lot of mystery. I like that too. I like that we're still like uncovering stuff. Anyway, I'm talking specifically about prehistoric stuff. I know he covers a lot of different things on his channel, but I've been more interested in listening to like informative stuff lately, or like natural history kind of stuff. Let's see. Can't wait for Jonathan Plush to come during the summer. Will this be a VOD later? Does VOD just mean like available as a video for you to watch, like an edited thing? Because I guess I could edit it. Someone's audio isn't working and they said bye. Goodbye. I live enough. Remember when my mom and I were at Hot Topic? Whoa, hold on, I just passed that. She pulled up a left sweater and said, look, the guy you like. May I ask, where did you get the voice actors for your project? Casting call or something else? The voice actors are all my friends. Yeah, in college I just kind of like asked my friends if they would record some audio for me, because that's kind of what you do, you know. It's like you're in college, so you're not like a professional and you don't really have to pay people. You're just kind of like doing each other favors. It's mutually beneficial, you know. And yeah, so I just asked some friends that I thought would be fitting for the roles, and my professor. My animation professor is the voice of Jonathan. And he was down. He was hesitant, but he came around on it. Yeah, and then Sock's voice actress is different in part 2. She is a professional voice actor, but I was friends with her before she was a professional voice actor. So she's technically my friend. Caitlin is the voice of Minnie Mouse currently. So she's like a pro. What's fun about working with your friends, there's pros and cons to oh, and I have reached out to like other professional voice actors, by the way, like when I was I had a couple different things in mind for SOC. And you can just like kind of reach out to people. You can just kind of cold reach out and see what they say. Sometimes people send me their demo reels or whatever. And I'll be like, hey, I don't have anything right now, but like, I appreciate you sending me this reel. It's really great. You know, keep me updated when you post a new one or whatever. Like maybe I can, work with you on a future project or whatever. If you're you know, I really, there's certainly no harm in reaching out to people. The worst they can do is say no or ignore you. No one's going to be like, offended, especially if like, I'm assuming that you're talking like you're an indie creator looking to voice and staff up, whatever, voice actors on like an indie project. There's a lot of like other like indie voice actors and people that are like trying to break into the industry or whatever. And like I mean, ideally you want to pay people, but also when you're, kind of just trying to establish yourself, people will do things for free or for cheap, just to kind of fill out the portfolio and get practice, you know? So, you know, you can reach out to people and come to some sort of agreement or whatever and just see what they say. Again, the worst they can say is no. Let's see. Oh, I was going to say, what's nice about working with your friends is, you have, as voice actors, you get to, you have a natural kind of like chemistry with them. And so you can sort of make them laugh and get like some really natural sounding kind of like what's hard for me is like laughs and like effort noises and those kind of things, like, but sometimes your friends will just say something funny and you can kind of like no, let's use that, let's work with that, like actually let's change, I try and have a in the past I've had a script when we record things, but like Nemo, who does the voice of Mephistopheles, is like really funny and good at ad-libbing. And so a lot of times I'll just have them like, here's the line, here's the intent of the line, say it like you can say it however it comes naturally to you, like do a couple different reads or whatever, and we kind of like workshop it together as we're recording it, which is really fun. Not everyone will want to do that, but you know, this is my friend and I know that they are down. So but yeah, what's cool about working with your friends is you get these kind of natural reads, like the line in the first one where Sock says, I'm a demon and I'm here to haunt you. Wait, that was terrible. Like that was just her reading the line and saying, oh shit, that was terrible. And I was like, no, that's so funny. Like that's so I think it's the funniest line in the whole film. And it's just like actually her reaction to her own line read. And it's like that adds so much charm to it that I wouldn't think to write, because I'm not a writer. Not really. And then what's great about working with like a professional voice actor is they're a pro. So you give them direction, but a lot of times they'll have like a couple different reads in mind. They'll try a couple different reads and you're like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be said. Like, I didn't know that was the, you know, like several times that happened with Caitlin where I was like, oh, that's not how I pictured this line at all, but that is the funniest or like the most appropriate way, you know, to read it. And she's a pro, so she just like throws out several different iterations. And then what's also nice about professional voice actors is they enunciate very well. Like they're properly trained. It's a fully an art, you know, like anything else. And it's like with your friends who like regular people, we don't like know how to enunciate. We talk really quickly and we slur our words and we, you know, whatever. And so sometimes you'll be like, yeah, that read was perfect, but like, can you articulate, can you hit each consonant a little harder? Like it's a little, you know, it's a little mushy. But like a professional voice actor, you don't have to tell them to do that. The read is like perfect. And you're just like, holy shit, how do they do that? Like, so that's really nice. Like I don't have to splice together a whole bunch of different takes with a professional voice actor. Like it's fun to splice together different takes, but it's also kind of nice to be like, oh, this person just knows how to read the line, not literate. Let's see. Okay, I'm sorry. I get really involved in answering these questions. I need to go into Art Goblin mode. Yes. Art Buddies is great too. Like if you can just like, if you have people, you know, that you hang out with either in real life or online, like just hop on Discord or something and do a screen share or whatever and just like work on art together at the same time. I don't know. I kind of feel mixed about that. Like in terms of animation, I like to be in my own weird little cave making art, but there's other things that I do like to make with people. Or if we're all in a space together working on animation, that's one thing. But I don't know. I had a craft hangout the other day with one of my friends, and we were darning socks and like fixing holes in our sweaters and stuff. That was pretty fun. Just like hanging out and talking and doing something with your hands. But yeah, it's really helpful. I know a lot of people, it helps them to have like what do you call it, body doubling or something. Like it helps to have someone else there. Let's see. Absolutely insane that you do this on your own. Thank you. It is. And I should have made it shorter. It's my fault. It's on me. My name is Mikey. Inspired me to do my own little short film. Thank you. I'm glad. I hope you have fun. I hope you enjoy making it, and you should share it if when you finish it. Will you ever think of making a team to help you with your projects? I guess I should say I accept help when it comes to me to some degree. Sometimes people offer to help and I'm not really sure what they can like, what to do with that, if they're maybe not coming from an animation background or whatever. But like some of my friends have offered to help, and when they do, I'm like, hell yeah, of course. And I, or like other people who like work in animation or clearly like understand how to animate or how to storyboard or, actually in part 2, I shouldn't say I don't have any help. One of the sequences in part 2, a friend of mine did all of the key poses for. So that's pretty exciting. Like, I'm just going to work off of her key poses now. Like, I don't have to do them. And another friend of mine, was doing some key poses for another sequence. They took a break from that because they were working on their own short, which is actually, I think I posted about it. It's called The Night Crew. It's on YouTube, and it's kind of like, it's kind of blowing up right now, so you should check it out. That's Mephistopheles' voice actor. But anyway, yeah, so I do have a little bit of help. I just don't have like a team, because I can't really pay people. I can't really afford to pay people, to be perfectly honest, or certainly not to pay them what they're worth. I have a friend who does backgrounds. She's been helping me out. I have some other friends who like do backgrounds who've offered to help as well. It's gonna take forever to save. Oh, maybe it's not. Anyway, but yeah, so I have a little bit of help, but I mean, like, day to day, it's me. Yeah, let's see. Sorry, Jonathan. Flo Kirk genuinely remind me of my OCs. Is animation your full-time job, or do you have a different main job? animation is my full-time job. I also work in the industry. I do storyboards or retake animation usually. The last job I had was on Long Story Short for Netflix. I was visual development. I was storyboards for season 1 and season 2. Season 2 is not out yet, but that was the last thing I was on. So that is my main thing that I do. I'm unemployed right now, which is why I'm working on Welcome to Hell. I also, like, I play in a cover band, to, like, make some money on the side. But I would not say that's my main, like, employment or anything. I do it pretty regularly, but it's, you know, it's not nothing, but it's not, like, paying my rent. But yeah, generally I do. And it's tricky when, because art is my full-time job, and because animation, at least TV animation, is kind of, like, sporadic. It's not, whenever I tell people, like, okay, like, TV animation contracts a lot of times are short. You know, they're somewhere between, I don't know, 3-6 months, whatever. It depends on the production, right? But it's not like you join a company and then you're there for 40 years and then you retire or whatever. Like, you know, you're just working on the thing for as long as it's being worked on, as long as it's being made. And so when I always get really self-conscious when I try and explain that to, like, people in my life who have, like, real jobs, like accounting and finance and stuff. And they're just like, what do you mean? Are you, like, a contractor? And I'm like, no, I'm on payroll. Like, but just sometimes the job is only 3 months long. And it sounds, I don't know, it's just like I kind of know, I mean, feature animation tends to have longer contracts, or sometimes you get, like, a deal, you know, a development deal or something with a company and you're just there for a long time. There's lots of different ways to, like, work in the animation industry. But, I don't know, I kind of just, like, have to tell myself that, like, it's cool that I get to do art for a living, even though it's kind of non-traditional, and sometimes it's hard to explain. But, yeah, I don't have to tell myself it's cool, not like I'm, like, trying to, like, psych myself up or, like, convince myself. It is cool, I'm just saying, like, I get a little self-conscious sometimes when I have to explain it to, like, people with real jobs. Or what I call facetiously, you know, I act like it's not a real job. It is. Excited to see you post. Every time it makes me happy. Good, I'm glad. You considered networking with the folks at Glitch? They got Lackadaisy. I saw they got Lackadaisy, and I saw that they have a, what do you call it? A branch now for bringing on external indie projects, which is cool. Someone had mentioned that. I know some people who work at Glitch. I know I kind of know, not like really, really know. It's like a partner of someone I know. I don't really have, like, a contact there other than that. I don't really know, like, how to, I don't know if I want to, like, solicit them or whatever. It is something I've thought about. Maybe that's a route. Maybe that's an option. I don't know. It would be cool. It would be cool to have, kind of like, someone put up some money for this. And I don't know if all their stuff is not crowdfunded. It's all merch funded, I assume. I guess I could just do, like, a shit ton of merch. But, you know, that's, like, a whole thing. You kind of, like, need someone to manage that, almost. It's, like, a whole nother business. And I do merch, and I have, like, a big cartel, and I sell pins, and I'm gonna do keychains soon, I think, too. But again, it's like, do I wake up and work on keychains, or do I work on Welcome to Hell? Anyway. Let's see. But yeah, maybe. I mean, Glitch is, like, really, you know, really blowing up right now, really knocking it out of the park. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should try that. Maybe that's an avenue. Always flexing with the hand drawing the animations. Flexing with it? Like flexing or like doing exercises? Looking forward to the next let's see. Can't wait for Welcome to Hell 2 to come out. I pre-ordered the Jonathan plush. Oh yeah, today's the last day for the Jonathan plush, by the way. If anyone still wants him. He's gonna go away. Hold on, I have it up in 20 hours. There's 20 hours left on him. Let's see. KCAI alum here. You should know how loved Sock still is over there, always being doodled on the whiteboards. Ah, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Thank you. I'm glad to know. Every now and then, Doug will like text me and be like, you know, oh, whatever, just tell me some Welcome to Hell related thing. He texted me the other day and was like, the students are talking about your plushies. I don't know what they're talking about. I haven't been able to look it up yet. But like, that sounds really awesome. And I was like, oh yeah, here. And I sent him a picture. I think I'm going to send Doug a Jonathan plushie when I get them. They send me some extras that I can like give to friends and family and stuff. So, anyway, I'm really glad that, Sock is a beloved figure. At KCAI. Also, what year were you? Swirlsy Pop. What year did you graduate? I'm behind in the chat. I gotta catch up a little bit. Yes, I think YouTube autosaves VODs. They're in their own little thing, though. There's like videos, and then there's shorts and whatever, and posts, and then there's live, and I think that's where all the VODs go. Voice acting stuff. Wow, yeah, sorry, I'm like so... Well, you post more on Patreon. I need to post more on Patreon. I'm kind of behind. I feel like it's been tricky with Patreon. I try and post once a month, and I haven't done it for like a month or so. And it's kind of tricky because, like I said, I might have like a week where I'm like really in the trenches animating and I have a bunch of stuff to upload, and then there's like a couple weeks that go by where I don't have that much, and I'm like, this post is going to be nothing, like, so I should wait till I have more. And I do think I have more right now. I do think I have like a decent chunk, but I'm always kind of like, do I post more consistently, or do I wait until like, this one's almost finished, and then I'll have like a good blob of animation to post. But yeah, let's see. Yes, you guys are right about her being Minnie Mouse. I'd love to join one of your projects as a voice actor. Sure, if you have like a voice acting reel or whatever and you want to send it to me, I think my email is probably on my YouTube or other social medias. Feel free to shoot me an email. I do listen to people's demo reels when they send them. And if I need voice actors in the future, I will reach out. Any solid plans to fully animate Joe, Lil, or Prov into the series? I can't wait to see them involved one day. Right now, I don't. I was thinking, maybe I shouldn't say anything. I haven't decided yet, but I was thinking about putting a stinger at the end of Welcome to Hell 2 that may or may not have some of those characters in it. We'll see. We'll see. But right now I don't have like an animated project with them planned. Again, if I start making more like short Welcome to Hell content or animatics or something, I would like to have those characters in it. The way I kind of picture it, like if this was a series and there was like, episode 1, episode 2, whatever, the episode 2 that I'm working on right now would not be episode 2 of Welcome to Hell, the series, like a TV show, like if it was a proper, thing, this would not be episode 2. This kind of feels more like a season finale or something to me. But the way I have it in my head, if I was making a more like a regular series, that I like actually plotted out as like a season of storytelling, I would introduce Lil and JoJo, the girl characters, on like around episode 3. Because I think that's just enough time to be like, okay, we get the idea of like the flow of what's going on with Sokka and Jonathan. Now there's these characters, like what's going on with them, and kind of like have their paths cross in this way, and then it just kind of is following Lil and JoJo for an episode, and slowly, eventually, they like kind of like their storylines intersect. But yeah, maybe one day. Oh, did they change their name? Yeah. Neil goes by Nemo now. It's a portmanteau of their first and last name. And it's super dope. I always wished I could come up with like a cool like nickname or something, but I don't know. I always wanted like, anyway. Not that Nemo is what they're actually going by now, so it's not a nickname, but I'm just saying, like a nickname that's actually comprised of the elements, like a different name comprised of the elements of your own name. Like, I can never come up with one that I like, so anyway. Let's see. Default so smooth. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm so behind in the chat. You're still talking about like the voice acting stuff. My favorite thing to draw. John putting his hand on the door. What is that? Sorry. Oh, I missed that. And Loretta Sock says, wait, that was terrible. Always makes me giggle. Gonathan. A new episode of Welcome to Hell too soon. Hopefully, whenever I can get this done. I'm going slower on it than I had hoped, but we'll see. I don't think it's gonna take. It's not gonna take another 10 years. I'd like to have it out this year. And every time I made myself a little schedule last time, and I don't have that right now. But every time I look at like how much more I need to do, I'm like, it's actually not that much. I just need to like do it. Lock in. Let's see. What program do you use for animation? This is called TV Paint that I'm using right now. It's French. It's, I think a lot of indie people use it, and a lot of, like, overseas studios use it, but, I don't think that there's not a ton of, there's not a lot of, like, studios in America that are using it. I love it. I think it's great. It's a raster program as opposed to vector. So that is to say, like, it draws like Photoshop as opposed to, you know what I mean? Like an image editing program as opposed to like Flash or Harmony. So I really like the feel of it. It's a more familiar feel to me. Is that enough with his hair? I feel like that's... I'm fussing over nothing. No one's gonna notice that. No one's gonna care. Except me. Oh, flexing is in like showing off. Thank you for answering. I figured you meant flexing as in showing off, but I'm also like, I notice sometimes when I like do something, or like when the pen lags or something, I do this little gesture with my hand, like as if that's going to fix it, as if that's like resetting the pen or something. Like shaking the... I don't know. Anyway, I didn't know if you thought I was like flexing, doing my stretches. Have I been to any cons recently? No, I haven't. Someone asked me one time, like, if I should do, like, have you considered doing panels at a con? And I was like, no, don't you have to be asked? And they were like, no, you can just like like tell them you want to do a panel and like see if they let you. Just like, what? I had no idea. I don't know that I want to necessarily do that. Maybe if there was an interest in it. I have not gone as like a con goer in a really long time either. I think the last con I went to was probably Comic-Con in like 2016 or 17 probably. I think that was it. It was I cosplayed the main character from 10 Cloverfield Lane, who's wearing a handmade hazmat suit made out of a shower curtain, and I was very proud of that cosplay to figure that out. And actually, what do you call it? The costume designer was there, and he was like, "Hey!" like trying to get my attention from like whatever booth he was at, and he was just like, "Hey, Cloverfield!" And he was like, "I designed that. Like, I did that costume." And I was like, "I have to know, what did you make it out of? Like, because it's clearly not really made out of a shower curtain. That's crazy." And he was like, "Oh, it's ripstop, which is like the same stuff they make parachutes out of." And I was like, "Ripstop. It's perfect. It would look like a shower curtain on camera, but it's breathable." And he was like, "Yeah, we would never put our actress in a plastic shower curtain." Like, and my friends who were there with me were like, "Erica's crazy." So, anyway, so that was cool. I got to like take a picture with him. I was like I was watching the DVD special features. I was like, what did they make the hazmat suit out of? I know it's not really a shower curtain, but anyway. Okay. The old needle felted sock is also alive. Yeah, I have him on my shelf up nya. Let's see. Sometimes his shoe falls apart, so I have to be very careful with him. Ooh, he's dusty. Oh no, how do I get dust out of needle feltedness? Anyway, this is him. There's a little needle felted sock. He's bendy. This was made for me. There's someone who goes by Ping, who was the kind of old mayor of the Welcome to Hell fandom, and they had this made for me as a gift. I love him so much. But anyway, yeah, he's posable. I wanted to do like some stop-mo with him. I don't want to bend him too much because like I do know these like aluminum wire armatures do they do break if you bend them too much over time. But anyway, just for like posing him is pretty cool. Yeah, he's got these little like things on the bottom of his feet that you could like theoretically use to like have him anyway. But one of his shoes sometimes comes off, so I need to do something about that. Let's see if I can get him back up there. Okay. Alrighty. Ooh. Thought I ran over my Ethernet cable. What type of music do you listen to? I haven't really been listening to a lot of music lately. I've been listening to The Biths. I went to a friend got me into them, and I went to a concert when they were here in LA last year, which was really cool. I don't know why I did this. Been listening to them, but I don't know. I haven't been like listening to a lot of stuff lately. Or I've been listening to like I don't know, familiar stuff that's kind of like easy to just like tune out and not think about, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I listen to all kinds of stuff. I like a lot of like 90s rock. What else? Classic rock. Sometimes soundtracks, video game soundtracks. I don't know. I listen to a lot of different stuff. Yeah, let's see. Renaissance painting. I've sent you an email. Okay, thank you. That would be cool. Come to Comic-Con KC. Oh, maybe that would be. That might be where people might. I don't know if there's Welcome to Hell folks still in Kansas City. When I lived in Kansas City, the big anime convention was called NakaCon, I believe. I didn't think Kansas City had its own like Comic-Con, so that's cool that they have that now. Maybe they did, maybe they always did, and I just hung out with weebs, so I was only going to the anime conventions. What is happening to my brush? Okay. Bro, you have to cut this shit out. Oh my god. Why is this doing this? Okay. This is why I don't stream. It's because I'm like, it's impossible for me to talk and draw at the same time. And then also, my program is like, what if I stopped being useful? So, let's see. Yeah. Let's see. Does your sister still make sock hats? She has her shop on hold right now, I think. Hi. Let's see. Do you want me to put the camera on blur mode?
It's okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Wife appearance in the background. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Oh yeah, the sister makes the sock hats. If you reach out to her, like send her a message, I think she probably will. But right now, I think she has her shop paused. She will open it again eventually. But that's an okay secondary action. What? Oh my god, thank you! I love you.
Love you too.
The Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter cups. It's the perfect amount of cups. Because it's not like, they sell them in a big tub, which is dangerous. And this is just like 9 of them. It's not an insane amount to have. They're dark chalky, which is the best kind. And it's a fun little treat. It's a fun little treat for me. And for a while they didn't have these. I couldn't find them. And they're back, baby. Okay, I should come to New Orleans Con. Maybe. You guys just had Mardi Gras, didn't you? Nemo is actually from New Orleans, and they just went recently. That could be fun. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I do at a con. Do you mean like as a guest or like just to go? I've never been on the other side of the table at a con. You know what I mean? I've always been like a con goer, which is fun. But I wonder what it would be like on the other side with like a shield between me and like the craziness. Or I could like sell. I mean, I could sell stuff maybe. Artist Alley. I'd have to make a bunch of shit to sell is the thing, and I'd have to like do some prints of stuff besides my own characters, which I could do. Curious, will Welcome to Hell 2 Part 2 be colored? If not, eventually. Actually, so this whole sequence that I'm working on right now, I want to color it. That's why I'm cleaning it, actually, is because I think this whole sequence should be colored. And I have, here, I'll show you. This is Patreon stuff. You guys are getting some behind the scenes. Also, this isn't layered correctly, I'm sorry. But, there's, There's some, got some color stuff in here. Anyway, without getting too spoilery about it. Got a little bit of John's mom in that last shot. But yeah, I would like to have it colored. At least one or two sequences of it I'd like to have colored. I've also got these ones where Jonathan is like walking. I haven't not colored sock yet. Jonathan is colored. So I'd like to do that. I lost my train of thought because I just had this moment of like, how spoilery how much should I show? But yeah, at least one sequence of it I would like to have colored. Not all of it will be, I don't think. And maybe eventually, yeah, like, I mean, I've talked about that, like, about just doing, like, having people, help me clean and color the whole thing, and then uploading it as, like, a whole, here's the high def version, or whatever. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But at least some of it's going to be colored. Will we get more comics? Maybe. If I do more Welcome to Hell comics, I don't think I'm going to do them like a page, the way that I was doing on DeviantArt. Oops. I plugged my phone into the computer, and it's like trying to figure out what to do. I think I'd probably do it more like little strips or something. But I don't know. I would like to do that. I would like to figure out a quicker, shorter, more bite-sized way to get Welcome to Hell out there. Yeah, the brush is not brushing. How did Sock get his hat? Did he make it, or did he just randomly get it somewhere? I figure it's handmade. I don't know if he made it. I don't know if I ever had, like, decided on that. If I had some lore about it or not. I don't really remember. Maybe he made it? Maybe someone made it for him? I feel like someone probably made it for him. But I don't know who would have done that. I don't know. I don't think about that. Because it's certainly, like, a weird sort of hat. Like, it's not, you know, in a world full of otherwise people who are not wearing weird looking hats. Peanut butter cups. This is gonna be my second ear. Probably should. Oh, I missed something from Swirlzy. Oh, here we go. Swirlzy. Okay. I didn't catch what year of KCAI you are. I was asking because oh, okay, I see. Class of 25. Oh, okay, so you, like, just graduated. Cool. Oh, wow, I don't remember what class they were, but I met up with some KCAI kids who moved out here. Oh, sorry, I'm saying kids, but you know what I mean. Just grads. I'm an elder now, so I can say kids, but I met up with some previous KCAI grads who, like, moved out here last year, I want to say, in October. So, and they were really funny. It was so funny, like, comparing notes and, I don't know, just sort of, like, catching up and stuff. And I don't know, I just feel like they were all very talented and cool, and I hit it off with them very, very easily. Or I felt that way. I hope they felt that way too. But anyway, but yeah, I don't know where you're at, but if you end up in or around LA and want to go, like, get coffee or something, let me know. 'Cause I'm super down to do that kind of thing. Yeah, let's save it. My computer crashed the other day. So now I have the autosave. It's weird. TV Paint doesn't have, or at least this version of it. This is an older version. It doesn't have an autosave, but it has a reminder to save, which is kind of interesting. Like, it gives you the option to not. Which I guess is nice because, like, this is a huge sequence that I'm working on, so the file's gigantic, and as you can see from the loading bar, it's going to take it a second. So it's like, anyway. Let's see. I wanted to say thank you for what you created through all these years. Welcome to hell. Oh, it says W2H. I read it as like welcome the of hell, because usually like the lowercase t or o and like an abbreviation is like the or of. That's funny. It was one of the first animations I saw on YouTube. Awesome. Thank you. Is the old needle felted sock also... Oh, wait. Oh, I already said that. What? Did I go backwards in the chat? I did. What happened? Oh, my God. Planet Comic Con. Oh, right. I scrolled up backwards to see if I missed a message about that. Right. Okay. I could do a panel about animating. Maybe. That would be cool. Dumb question, but are the pins still available? Yeah. If you go to my Big Cartel, I think it's like Erica West or Big Cartel. If you just type that in, you should be order to able pens. So, yeah, they're still available, and I reorder them whenever they are getting low. And I think I'm gonna do keychains soon as well. Your animation was literally my childhood. And one of the reasons why I never gave up on learning English. I wanted to become a translator, which, oh well, didn't happen for personally. That's cool. That's awesome. I think one of the best ways to learn a language is like from watching a piece of media or medias in that language. I guess the plural of media is still media. But I'm making a point. Or storyboarding. That could be interesting. Maybe I could do a panel on animating. I would like to do, because it's interesting, like animation, the art of animation is actually not something you really do when you work in the animation industry. I mean, if you're working on a feature film, I guess you do. But in TV animation, oh my God, I have coffee I forgot about. Wow, life-changing. In TV animation, all of the animation is still done overseas, basically. So your jobs are, design, storyboard revisions, whatever. Everything that needs to be prepped before it can be animated gets sent somewhere else to be animated, comes back, and then you fix the animation. And that's called retakes. And in the industry, or in the TV industry, because retakes is kind of one of the closest jobs to actually animating. Like, it uses your animation skill set. They'll just call you an animator sometimes, which is interesting. I didn't realize that until because I've worked a little bit in both. And I did storyboard revisions, and then I did retakes, and then I did storyboards. And when I was working with other storyboard people, they were like, "Oh, you're an animator." Like, so not all storyboard artists consider themselves animators. But anyway, so I am interested in the idea of like doing a panel or teaching some kind of thing about animation, just because it's like not as I don't want to say not as accessible. There's all kinds of like tutorials online, and there's plenty of like professional old hat animators that do YouTube videos and stuff like that, or have classes and stuff. Is that all right? I think it's probably fine. Kind of keeping this a little limited, but I'll go back later and fuss with it if I think it's not enough, but I think it's fine. Maybe storyboarding. I feel like I'm not the best person to teach a storyboarding class because I've spent so much of my time not storyboarding professionally. Most of I don't think my storyboards are very up to snuff in terms of industry standards. I mean, I've done it before. I've been a storyboard artist many a time, but I just think there's people who are way better cut out for it than me. All of my personal storyboards kind of looked like ass because they were just for me, it's like, whatever, this can be a scribble. Like, it's not getting handed off to another artist. It's just me. So I just feel like I don't actually have like a very strong storyboard portfolio. But I could teach like a very basic kind of like, you know, here's the 180 rule and whatever, like here's a close-up and a two-shot and, you know, whatever. Like there's like terms and sort of basic stuff. But let's see. I definitely recently want to have a con coming up in March or April. That might be too soon for me. Would you ever consider getting a team? Oh, I mean, yeah, I just don't. I can like accept help from people who are willing to help pro bono, or maybe we work out some kind of deal, but also they kind of have to like be like, I don't want to, this is a tricky question to answer because, like, you know, beggars can't be choosers, but I can't like teach someone how to do it, you know what I mean? They kind of have to already have the experience. And there's not, I mean, maybe there's more of them now that like people are unemployed, but that feels, I've had, again, the friends who are helping me on it are friends who are like, I don't have anything to do right now. I would love to do some drawings for you. Like, but for the most part, the reason I haven't like, put a team together is because it's like, we all have to like pay our bills, you know what I mean? So like, even, you know, like people can't like work for me on like a thing where I'm not paying or not paying well. I just don't really have like the funds to pay people to kind of like put together a team like that. I kind of have to take help where I can get it and whatever people are willing to do. And again, there's like a ton of people that are like, I'll help you. I've never done it before. And it's just like, well, I'm sorry. I can't accept that kind of help. I really appreciate the enthusiasm, but it's like, I can't like drop what I'm doing and like teach someone how to animate and how to use the program and, you know, all of that. So it's kind of tricky. It's just easier to do it myself. Have I heard of or read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac? Yeah. I haven't read all of it, but I was a teenager in the early 2000s. Like, I've partook. Yeah, there was a lot of all that Jonan-y kind of stuff was very, very, very big. Welcome to Hell 2 was something Welcome to Hell 2, Jesus. Welcome to Hell is something that I like started thinking about around that time. You know what I mean? It was very like, oh, dark comedy. Like there's some horror elements, but it's kind of fun. Yeah. So, maybe I should read the whole thing. I feel like by the time I like actually started reading it, I was like a literal, I kind of missed it. I think when it was popular, I think I like came to it a little too late, but I do remember I read another little goth comic. What was it? Lenore? I think I read Lenore, the Little Dead Girl. Again, I don't know how much of it. I don't remember how much of it I read. But like those kind of comics were like really popular for a while. And I definitely like dipped a toe. What program is this? It looks old. That's just because I have it set to the terrible gray panel. It is a little old. I'm several versions behind. I don't want to version up yet because I don't know. I should just do it, but part of me is like, what if it for some reason isn't able to backwards compatible? Like what if it doesn't read my files or something, or what if it doesn't work with this old ass version of Windows I have, or what the delicate ecosystem of of my computer. I should upgrade to the new one. If you'd like, I can. This is the first way I opened the program, so I've never. But I can change. Hold on, check this out. I can make the interface gray program interface is very. Here we go. Does it look more modern now? There's actually an ability to customize the interface of this program, and I did that one day. I was like making everything like it was kind of the original colors, but like slightly green, and I think I didn't save it. But anyway, yeah, we can do all kinds of different color schemes. Isn't that painful? Wow, look at this. This is horrible. Who would do this? Ugh, terrible. I don't know. This is the default one, and that's like what my eyes adjusted to. I feel like the dark color scheme is too high contrast. I think if I started using this, I would get used to it because like all programs have like a dark interface now. But something about it is like too high contrast for me. There's like too much, all the little knobs and the sliders and all these little buttons and stuff. Like it just feels like little crumbs everywhere or something. And when it's gray, it feels like, oh, okay, cool. It's all blending together in a way that's, I don't know. My eyes are adjusted to that one. Okay. But yeah, the program's TV Paint, and it's a kind of slightly older version of TV Paint, but, let's see. I'm going to upgrade at some point. I keep waiting for them to, I think they might have fixed, I have 2 problems with TV Paint, and I think they might have fixed one of them in an update. And it's such a significant problem for me that I really should just upgrade to the new one. Is that your wife in the background? Yes, it was. She was putting away the Trader Joe's snacks. We had to go get the snacks from Trader Joe's that only women can see. The common person myself, I call everyone in animation an animator. I do too. And I think everyone colloquially does call themselves like, oh, I'm an animator. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if they do or not. Like, but no one actually like has the job title animator. I mean, that's not true. Some people do, but like, there's just like broadly in TV animation, there's not a lot of them. Sorry, I didn't answer the question quick enough, and people are asking what program is this? TV Paint. They have to know what they're doing is a fair answer. Okay, good. Oh, is Sock Polish? I don't know. I do know his last name is kind of Polish with the ski at the end of it. I don't think it's a real last name. I could be wrong about that. I don't think there's any, I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's like, but it is very Polish sounding. Maybe he could be. I picked that last name. Let me think. It was kind of a reference to another character from a piece of media that had like a sort of vaguely Polish sounding last name. Actually, at some point, when I was first like thinking about it, I wanted Sock to be maybe like some kind of like Latino or like mixed race or something. But then I just kind of decided like I don't actually know if I can. To be honest, I was worried that people would be like, "Oh, you made your person of color a serial killer." And it's like, so I don't really know. Like I don't know like his descent or anything like that. It can kind of be whatever. I'm open to to people having like different interpretations on that. I just decided to not like really like touch on that at all because I didn't want, I don't know, I was like worried about the optics of it, I guess. Anyway, but yeah, I mean like however you would like to view the character, that's totally fine with me. I know that last name doesn't make sense if he was Latino, so but I mean, but also, I mean, whatever, this is a big melting pot, you know what I mean? Like, there's all kinds of, you could be mixed and have, like, come from Polish family on one side. I don't know. I have not given it a ton of thought, to be completely honest. So whatever you would like to headcanon about Sock is fine with me. And I hope that's not disrespectful. Let's see. Light gray is nice. I miss it. I generally don't miss the light gray like background. Like as soon as programs started doing the dark interface, I thought I hated it, and then I like was immediately like, oh, this is so much better. It's so much easier on the eyes. I disagree about TV. Like, I don't think TV paint's dark. I could fuss with it and make it all dark to my liking and must mess with the contrast and every little part of this interface is customizable, which is bonkers and totally unnecessary. But I don't want to spend the time doing it. Again, I spent the time doing it at some point, and then I like accidentally didn't save it. And anyway, Polska for the win, kind of. Are you still active on Tumblr? No, but I think about going back sometimes. Oh, sorry, hold on. I gotta pick another shot to work on because I'm kind of done with that one, but I need to find something so I'm not just like sitting here doing nothing. Cool. Rainbow wheeling. I should be more active on Tumblr because I'll get halfway through posting about this Jonathan plushie and then be like, wait, I didn't post about it on Tumblr. Shit. That's like where I like started. That's like where they make Welcome to Hell fans. And anyway, so I should go back to it. I should become more active. But I haven't been. And it's kind of just like I haven't been super active on a lot of social medias lately. I'm not trying to like humble brag or anything, but like I don't know. My problem with Tumblr, I do get on there to like check Welcome to Hell tags and posts and stuff like that. Although I'm also behind on that. I need one of these peanut butter cups. They're too tempting. But I don't like just scroll Tumblr anymore because it was taking up too much of my time. I really don't like the endless scroll kind of social media, which is all of them now. So, okay. But yeah, maybe I should go back. Every time I get back on Tumblr, I'm like, man, Tumblr was great, but you don't know what you have until it's gone. Well, until you leave it, I guess. Oh, people have like custom themes for TV Plant. That'd be fun. Maybe I should do that. Your hair kind of reminds me of the guy from Epic, the animation movie with the Leaf Men. Oh! Epic! Hold on. Is that? I was trying to think of one of these movies the other night. Epic CG movie. Is this gonna work? Dude! Okay. Oh, this was 2013? Oh, I was thinking of a different movie. Huh. Okay, I remember seeing an ad for this. I thought this came out during the time that I worked at the movie theater. There was some other, like, fantasy CG animation movie that, frankly, no one saw when I worked at the movie theater. It was a different one. That's funny. Yeah, thank you. I'm in my, like, 90s mullet Disney guy era, you know. Anyway, trying to go for it. Zeddy! Oh, cool. Hey! The goat is streaming. Oh, that's funny. How's it going? Dude. Sorry, I'm gonna catch up on the voice actors. How do you usually allocate your time to make animations? I don't. I was saying earlier in the stream, I a lot of times, oh, hold on, I gotta turn the volume off on that, because that is spoilers. Beep. This is coming out of my, oh, now the headphones are working. Whatever. Okay, I'm done with it. The headphones are over there. I've taken them off. It is fine. But the audio for the animation is coming out of the headphones now. I don't know if it's being picked up by my blue snowball. Probably not, because it's a blue snowball. Oh, I already animated this one. What am I doing? Is this the one I didn't do? Or this one? This one. Yeah, sometimes I have these weeks where I'm like, just like really locked in and doing the animation. And then sometimes I have a week where I have like a lot of social obligations or hanging out with people or tasks that I need to do, and I like barely manage to animate it all. And I'd like to think that maybe it balances out to like some kind of regular schedule. But it probably doesn't. And that's part of why I thought, you know what, I'm going to stream, because that'll like kind of, I don't know. I'd like to figure out a way to like incorporate it more regularly so that I'm kind of like giving myself a kind of schedule and holding myself like accountable to people, I guess. But yeah, I find that I kind of struggle with it sometimes. I just need like a, to work on animation, I kind of need like a whole, like, I just need to be like, I need to be like in art goblin mode. Just like, don't talk to me. I'm making art. I'm creating. And, anyway, and setting aside the time to do that is kind of tricky. You have to have no plans, and you have to be like, sorry, friends. I've dedicated myself to making gay little drawings today. It's not going to happen. But, did I? It's animation. Okay. But yeah. Was that the question? Someone asked me, okay, how do I allocate time to make animations? Yeah. I gotta get better at it. I do find if I like force myself to like come up with a schedule, I can get stuff done, but I'm very bad. I'm bad at scheduling time to do it. Because I need like a big uninterrupted chunk. I don't know how anyone else who animates might feel about that, but it's just like, you know, there are some things where it's like, oh, I got a half an hour, I could work on this. Not animation. Like half an hour is like, I'm just starting to get into the groove of it. I have a friend who like sets a timer where she forces herself to like, oh, I'm just going to do something for half an hour, knowing full well that a half an hour is like not enough time, but a half an hour is just enough time for her to like get into the groove of it. And then she's like, oh, cool, now I can keep doing it. I'm like, that's really cool. I just have to like make sure that I have enough time in the day to, I don't know. But yeah, let's see. See if I can catch up. It's fine. Still active on Tumblr. Burr, burr, burr. It kind of looked like loss. If you gelled your hair, I feel like it looked like Marianne's hair from Strange Magic. I don't know why Strange Magic sounds familiar, but it's not. I can't picture it. Oh, cool. Zeddy's working too. What are you working on? Hell yeah. That's another good way to allocate, like to, we were talking about that earlier too, just like, you know, hanging out and working on stuff with friends. Depending on what the work is, like sometimes I can do that really well and other times I can't. So, but yeah, that's a good way to, you know, I have some friends who will do that. They're just like, hey, I'm working on something right now. Do you want to, like, we'll hop on a phone call or a Discord chat or something like that and just like talk while we're working on something. But yeah. It's a little tricky to stream and do this at the same time because I have to kind of like look at the chat and like respond, and then my my brush isn't brushing because my computer is old and bad and my internet is slow and bad. Let's see. Have you ever animated with Pomodoro method? Is that tomato thing? Is that is that thing where you do like like 20 minutes of this and then 10 minutes of something else or whatever, like that kind of maybe I should try that. My problem is I think if I do like unbroken, like with animation, if I break up the flow, it's hard for me to get back into it, I think. Maybe it's because it like uses different parts of my brain. I like that idea a lot. My wife kind of does that. She'll like set a timer for like 10 minutes of just like whatever I want to do. And then, I don't know if it's 10 or 20 or 30 minutes of like the thing she's actually working on. I don't know. That might work. I think part of the problem also is that every single thing in my life is like a big project. Like I can't just have like I don't know. I guess I could like clean the house or something. That's like something I could do in small bursts. But like the other big project on my plate right now is I'm redoing the headliner in my car, which is like, why am I like this? Anyway, it's always something. Wow. Did you see that? The brush is not brushing. It's just not happening. It's really frustrating also when I go back and watch these streams to watch me just like draw the same line over and over again and just hit undo and draw it and then undo and then draw it and then undo, and I'm just like, just pick any one of those lines and get it done. Like, I don't realize I'm doing that while I'm doing it, but I don't know. Cleanup is tricky. I'm not good at cleanup. So I'm like kind of trying to make it look, I don't know. Trying to hold myself to some kind of standard. It's Welcome to Hell Part 2, after all. 10 years in the making. The least I can do is have one sequence cleaned. Focus strats. Hell yeah. Studio crit culture. Yeah, okay, no. Swirlsy pop. I think you're really onto something there. There's a book that I listened to. It was written in the 90s, kind of before the internet. But it had, maybe I've talked about this on a stream before. God, I wish I could remember what it was called. I'd have to look it up. But anyway, it was about the process of making art, and that a lot of artists don't continue to make art after art school, because there's kind of a cycle in making art, which is, you make the thing, you present the thing, there's critique or discussion or whatever. Yeah, save it. And you're kind of making the argument in part of the book that like part of the cycle of making art is having other people see it and experience it and interpret it, and that when you lose the platform for that, it kind of like makes people not make art as much. And I thought that was really interesting because I do think people just make art kind of for themselves to some degree. Like, I would still draw if I wasn't showing it to anyone. But I do think when you have that experience of like, because art is kind of like, it's kind of a language. It's kind of a way of communicating. And when you put your art out there in the world in whatever capacity and you have people see it and interpret it, and hopefully they understand and they are communicating the same language as you. And they're like, oh, I get this. You know what I mean? Or maybe I don't get this and here's my criticism of it. Like, it's all valuable, but it's communication. And communication is not just like a one-way thing. You know what I mean? It's, anyway, I'm rambling, but the point is, I think you're onto something with the studio, critique culture is like, that's, you know, art is kind of meant to be engaged with. I mean, not all art. Hashtag not all art. You can also just make art for yourself. But like, you know, oftentimes the point of art, or part of the process, not the point of art, you know, oh God, it's so hard to talk about art. You know what I mean? Just like philosophically, it's hard to talk about art. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's an important part of it. Yeah. I don't remember where I was going with that, but just, I agree with you. I think you're onto something there. And that hanging out and talking to people is also helpful. Even if you're not like talking about the art you're making necessarily, maybe about your habits or about your whatever it is. I had one of those the other day actually with Nemo, who is Mephistopheles' voice actor. Oh my God! Okay. Pen is not penning right now. It's fine. I can stream on a 10-year-old computer, on a 10-year-old refurbished Geek Squad computer, on the minimum amount of internet I'm legally allowed to have. It won't lag at all. Okay. I had to change my settings and OBS I had to bring it down to 720p to get the stream to not lag. Let's see. When are we gonna have Ep 2? Sometime this year. What color is your headliner? Drum roll! It's gray. Aren't they all? It's gray, but I'm going to tear the gray off of it. It's already coming off. I'm going to tear the headliner off of it. I'm going to put a woven, like, Mexican blanket on it instead. At least I think I am. I've already thought about all of the ways in which it's going to go wrong, and I'm going to completely ruin the blanket and the headliner. Like, what do you call it? Not the headliner fabric, but like the headliner form, like the ceiling of the car. I've already thought about how I'm going to ruin it and what I'll have to do once I've ruined it. But yeah, I'm going to replace it with like a blanket. I drive a very old car, so it's fine. I'm not hurting the resale value. No one's going to buy this car once I'm through with it. So, anyway. But I know you can buy like different color, like I thought about that. It's like, what if I got like, I don't know, a custom color or something? And I'm like, no, what if I just made it a blanket, like, or a pattern or something? Why not? Anyway. Brush doesn't like seeing them sad. Will we get a sneak peek of Jonathan's father in Welcome to Hell 2? No. You know, a very, very old, like, thumbnail draft of it that I was working out with my friends. There was a version of it that mentioned Jonathan's father. And I was like, this is fun, but also this is, like, getting into feature length. Like, this is another whole plot. Like, I don't think we're gonna do Jonathan's father and Welcome to Hell. Any favorite movies? Yes. My favorite movies are Little Shop of Horrors. It's got everything. It's a musical. It's got puppets. It's a comedy. It's got murder. It's got it all. It's beautiful. It's I love it. No notes, flawless, perfect. I know the ending is divisive because they reworked the ending to make it like a happier ending where everyone doesn't die. I actually don't mind it. I think the movie ending for Little Shop of Horrors is fine. I understand it kind of undercuts the whole point. Oh, and not just that it's a musical, it's a Howard Ashman Alan Menken musical. Like, it's kind of a proto-Disney musical, you guys. Like, anyway. Love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm okay. I'm very, like, there's a lot of, like, movies and media and stuff like that have had like changed endings or whatever that like people are very upset about, and I tend to like the changed endings. Like, I'm like, that's okay, that's fine, you know. Like, I don't mind it. I think it's okay to be like the end, or is it, and have like the little baby Audrey 2 in the garden at the end. I think that's fine. Like, you can still envision a version of the ending where eventually this plant like manipulates humanity into doing its bidding and taking over the world and killing everyone. It's fine. Like, we'll get there. I think that's fine. Anyway, I know it's a divisive ending amongst the theater folk, but love Little Shop of Horrors. What else? Another favorite movie is Cloverfield. I talked about 10 Cloverfield Lane earlier on the stream. What was that? Oh my god, that was insane. Okay, I don't know if you guys saw it. The brush just went... Jesus F. Christ. Okay. I love Cloverfield. That was kind of an odd one for me because I don't think it's like I think if I tell people my favorite movie is Little Shop of Horrors, I think they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Cloverfield is one that I don't think makes a lot of sense. But that's like just genuinely one of my favorite movies. I love it. I love it so much. And I think I love it in a way that only I love it. Like, you know how sometimes, like, I don't know, like sometimes you're like, you watch a movie and you have like a really specific interpretation of it. I just, no one else I've talked to like has kind of like came out of the movie with the same like feelings that I had about it. So that's also kind of weird to be like the only, like, not like there's no one who likes the movie Cloverfield. There's tons of people. I just think they're all wrong and they like it for the wrong reasons. It's giving, like the one fan in a fandom who's like rare pair shipper. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm over here in my corner liking this thing in this way and none of you understand. But anyway, that's kind of how I feel about Cloverfield. That's one of my favorite movies. What else? Gosh, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Those are pretty up there. I have a lot of movies that I quite like, but I don't know. Recent movies maybe? What did I see recently that I really liked? Oh, there was a movie from last year or a couple years ago called... Was it called The Presence or something like that? It was a ghost story. It's a point of view. It was a ghost story from the point of view of a ghost haunting a house. And there's a really good twist. That was very... I was just like, what? Like, anyway. I was like, I think this became my new favorite movie. That was really good. I've not gone back and watched it, but I remember really enjoying it. I don't know. What are your guys' favorite movies? See what I missed. I would love to read it and use it for my diploma. The name of this book I was talking about. Art is... Let me look it up. I will know the name of the book if I see it. Book about art from the 90s. My friend who recommended it to me would know the name of it. Boy, that's not it. It's not about art from the 90s, but like, book about making art. It's not The Artist's Way, is it? No, I don't think so. Is it? Artist's Way. It's one of these... No, that's not it. I don't think. That's not The Artist's Way. Is there like related? There's like another one from this era. Books like The Artist's Way. Books like... Books similar. It had like a big, what do you call it? Boy, it had like a really long, what do you call it? Like a subtitle after the thing. It was like, blah, 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 the da-da-da-da-da of da-da-da-da-da. So that's why I don't know the name of the book. I don't know. I'll try and think of it and then like post it in the chat later. It was like written in the 90s. That's all I got. Looking that Jonathan has an older sister. Oh, there's a big, yeah, there's like a fan theory that he has an older sister. Oh, okay, see, Izzetti? I think I missed it. I think they just pieced out. Have a good stream as well, or whatever you are up to. What an honor. You remind me of the girl with Mitchell's vs. Machines. Oh, I've gotten that one too. When the Mitchell's vs. Machines came out, all of my like friends from my hometown were like, Erica, it's you. It's just like, I think they did such a good job of like capturing a specific type of artsy kid. There's a whole archetype of like brown-haired glasses lesbians in animation in particular. I'm friends with a bunch of them. So it's a thing. It's totally a thing. Are you gonna learn more about Sock's past later on? Possibly. His earlier homicidal tendencies ever be brought up again at some point. Yeah, you know, we've not seen him mention to Jonathan yet that he has those. So could make for a fun conversation. Debbie Animations. On one hand, your individual interpretation of the film is 100% valid. On the other hand, you secretly wonder if you're media illiterate, lol. Here's the thing. With Cloverfield, I feel like I'm the only one who's not media illiterate. Like, I feel like... I mean, I think there's two different ways of interpreting the film. And I think everyone interpreted it... Well, just not just like two different ways. I mean, there's whatever. It's a found footage monster movie. And I think you can either like go in and be like, it's a found footage monster movie, or you can go in and like I did and be like, oh, it also is operating on this other level of, for me, like it was one of the first times I saw a movie where I was like, oh, I immediately understand story structure. And it's kind of like it has all of these like, they're just really basic like kind of storytelling beats, but they're all there. And I was surprised to find them in a monster movie, because I feel like, or like in a thriller movie, because I feel like a lot of times, I mean, that's not always true across the board. I don't know, whatever. It hit me. It hit in a way, but I feel like it's a very emotionally driven. I feel like it's a very character driven thing, because they're not just trying to survive this monster attack. They have a chance to escape, but they don't. They go back into the city to save their friends and the main character's love interest, which is planted at the beginning. Like, everything's like planted and paid off, and anyway, and it's like, it's not just like, oh, we have to survive this monster attack. It's like, no, you go back and you fight for the people you love, kind of thing. And like, it's a good motivation. Like, I feel like in a lot of those like thriller movies, it's kind of just like a survival thing. And I felt very like emotionally invested in it, because I think they set that stuff up really well. And I think in a lot of those kind of movies, they don't. And I don't think, like, most people who are fans of Cloverfield are either fans of it because it had like a really involved ARG campaign to promote it, and they're like really interested in like the ARG lore, which incidentally has nothing to do with the movie. And all of those people were like, for years, like trying to figure out like, oh, what's the next thing, like, because it's like a J.J. Abrams thing, and that dude's all about the mystery box anyway. And it's like, they just kind of like attached a J.J. Abrams style mystery box ARG bullshit thing to it. And like, all the people went into the movie like expecting it to be about this like mystery they had been piecing together outside of the movie. But then the movie had nothing to do with that. And I think like, I don't know, I wasn't doing all that ARG stuff, so I just went in and like enjoyed the movie. Anyway, I have a lot of, I could do like a whole video essay about Cloverfield. I'm not going to really get into it right now, I guess, but like, that would piss, I've thought about that before. I've thought about like making a video essay about Cloverfield and just like completely pissing off everyone. Like, where is Welcome to Hell 2? Why did you do this? But yes, I have had that feeling before where I'm like, am I media illiterate? Like, I watched a video essay once about, it was about queer representation in Wolfwalkers. And I was like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's about colonialism. I don't think it's, I was like, I'm gay, I get it, I know, we're always like looking for ourselves and stuff, but I'm pretty sure this one's about colonialism. And I watched the video essay and I was like, fuck, I guess it's also about being gay. How did I miss it? Like, I think if someone like, like there's readings, right? Like, that's a big part of like, kind of being a part of any sort of like specific group or identity, is you have like, there's like queer readings of things, or like, I know there's been a lot of like autistic readings of things lately and stuff like that, or like because a lot of times things are coded a certain way and they can't really like, you know, anyway. And also like, when you don't see yourself represented in media, you kind of have to like, you know, or another good example is like how like the Goofy movie is like considered a black movie, you know what I mean? Like and like, anyway, but yeah, like, I don't know, I find that all very fascinating. I think those readings are like totally valid. And yeah, and I love to be convinced. Like, sometimes I do think people are just like looking too far into something, but again, like, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I guess Wolfwalkers is also about being gay. Like, shit, how did I miss that? Like, you can make a really good case for like reading something with your particular interpretation of it. You know, it's like, oh, maybe this was intentional and it kind of just like got changed or buried or noted or something along the way. And yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. But yeah, I do also have moments where I'm like, maybe I'm media illiterate, I don't know. Usually it happens in such a way where like everyone hates a movie and I'm like, I don't know, I kind of liked it. But I think I also have a thing where I really appreciate movies who like that take a really big swing, even if they miss, you know? Like, even if it doesn't quite work. I'm so excited to see a movie like try something really weird and different. Yeah, I don't know. But Anyway, let's see. Feel that way about Cloverfield as well. Do you though? Maybe you do. The characters have real internal lives. Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. I feel like they're real people. I feel like they're people I know. What do I think of Debbie / Mephistopheles? Blink, blink. Intriguing. It's intriguing. I mean, it could work. I could see that. I do think it's really funny. I think this is something that Nemo ad-libbed, but like, when Mephistopheles has like possessed Jonathan, and he says like, hi Debbie, I mean Mom, like, it's like, why does Mephistopheles know her name? I think he just knows everyone's name. I think that's maybe one of his like devil powers. What is this? What are these fingers? I think that's just like maybe one of his devil powers, is he knows everyone's name. But I don't know. Maybe there's a reason for it. Maybe he has the hots. I'm always torn between like, okay, am I doing like a cartoon hand that's like burp, 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 or am I doing like fingers that have like bones in them? I don't know. I think like I drew one hand that's a hand that's got fingers with bones in them, and then I drew another one that's like burp. So I don't know, like which, as long as it's consistent within the shot, I think it's fine. But it's not consistent within the shot is the thing. This is also a gesture that only cartoon characters do. Like no one, I saw one time someone posted something on like, I don't know, Twitter or some social media or whatever. And they were like, here's a bunch of rules or guidelines that I have for like animation acting. Like these are just overused, like gestures that only cartoon characters do, and they're not realistic and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, if I see someone who like posed a character with their arms crossed or with their hands on their hip or one hand on their hip and one hand doing something, like I'll send that back. Like, you know, you got to make that into a more realistic pose or whatever. You know what I mean? Just like people don't do that. And I'm like, but like, I know they don't, but also it's a cartoon. Like we have like a whole language of like cartoon expressions. Like, why not use them? I guess it depends on the kind of thing you're making. If you like want it to be like realistic acting, then obviously then don't do that. But like, you know, the thing kind of has to have its own like internal rules. But when someone puts together a document like that, it's like, it kind of makes it sound like it's inherently bad. I'm like, I don't think it's inherently bad. Like, is it inherently bad that like in anime they do a little sweat drop when there's a baka? Dude, if someone's being a baka, you got a sweat drop. Like, I'm sorry, that's the rules. I don't make the rules. We've got this whole language. Like, I don't know, why not use it? It's unique to what we do. Okay. ARGs are fun though. ARGs are fun. I should clarify, I don't inherently have anything against ARGs. And I do think that probably no one would have gone to see Cloverfield if it didn't have a cool ARG element to it. But I think by leaning very heavily into this whole ARG thing and then finding out that none of it mattered when you saw the actual movie, I think that like disappointed a lot of the ARG fans. Or rather, I don't think it disappointed them. I think they're like still, like they were still going, like, I followed a whole podcast about it and called Cloverfields. And those guys eventually ran out of stuff to talk about, so they just had to start doing a regular podcast called Dynamic Banter. It's very funny. They're both comedians, so it's great. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it didn't lead to anything. So I just like, I feel bad for the fans that got really into the ARG, and like nothing's ever gonna come of it. Or maybe it will, but like, I don't know. Have you seen Chronicle? Yes. I have seen Chronicle. I remember really liking it. But I haven't seen it in a while. But yeah, that's a good one. Thank you for making Little Mel. You inspired me to get into animation. No matter how hard it is. Also, your haircut is awesome. Thank you. Beauty of art is everyone can make a video essay. That's true, yeah. That is very true. I like Coraline movie and Tarzan. Oh, I love Tarzan. Yeah, but my take is the right one. Wink. Yeah. I love Tarzan. I was thinking about Tarzan recently, like, I don't know, a month ago or so, because I watched a video about Strangers Like Me, I think the song is called. Oh God, I love it. It's so good. It's so genius. It's Phil Collins' best work. Like, I'll say that confidently. Like, I don't care. Have I listened to all of Phil Collins' solo work? No. But I don't need to. He made Tarzan. Like, it's the best. It's the best he's ever done. And I don't think I'm just saying that because I'm a millennial and that's how I'm familiar with his work for the most part. I've talked to other millennials who feel the same way. Truly genius. Tarzan is great. The last time I watched Tarzan, I was also like, God, oh my God, dude. Also, okay, just like any one of those like Renaissance Disney movies, like Renaissance era Disney movies, they're all genius. Well, all of them except Pocahontas, I think. But, sorry, that's my hot take. But like, every single one of them, like, oh God, there's a scene in Tarzan, the most recent time I watched it, this was several years ago, but like, I was so impressed because it's like, it managed to do everything at once and thread the needle perfectly. It was like, it's a scene where, I think it's pretty early on when he first encounters Jane, and they're being chased by all these monkeys, and the scene is like technically impressive, you know what I mean? He's got the tree surfing going on, it's comedic, it's like cute, and also it's not just Tarzan like rescuing Jane. Like, Jane is very active the whole time, despite that she's like a fancy woman who's never been to the jungle before. It's like she, you know, at some point she's got her umbrella out and it's like a shield and it's like all the monkeys are like, she's also thinking on her feet, like the same way. They're like this perfect little team, you know, and you're like, oh, that's so awesome, because it's not just like, it made her into a really active and funny character too. Like, she's not just like a pretty girl, she's like funny and she's smart, and you see that they make a really good team together before they've like barely even met each other, you know what I mean? And it was just brilliant. It was like, the tension was high, it was a chase scene, you know, the scene was impressive, the character acting was incredible, the like groundwork that they're laying for the characters is incredible. It happens so flawlessly, it's so seamless that you don't even think about it. That's the fucking genius of all those like Renaissance era Disney films, is everything is so finely crafted that you're like really not even thinking about it while you're watching it. It's just like hitting you intuitively, like it's secretly making you really, really care about the characters without like being really over the top or like hitting you over the head with it, you know, like and now that I've like worked in animation and like had to think about some stuff like this, it's like, I mean, it's just crazy. Like, to go back and watch those movies and kind of like pick them apart and be like, why did this work so well? It's like, oh my God. Like, anyway, Tarzan's a masterpiece. You don't need me to tell you that. Hot take. The Renaissance era Disney movies are really good. Let's see. I imagine, I'm not sure about the if the writing holds up in Chronicle, but I do remember really liking it. Is Sock meant to be neurodivergent coded, and how do you feel about him being interpreted in this way? Also, Jonathan. Oh, sorry, I just blinked. I didn't like specifically have like a diagnosis or anything in mind for Sock when I like created him, but a lot of people have told me that like, oh, you know, the little like flappy hands thing or the little dino hands thing that he does is very like autistic coded, and I'm like, oh, cool, awesome. I'm totally cool. Like, if there's a way, my rule generally with characters is like, if there's a way that you have interpreted this character that makes them more relatable to you or easier to empathize with, then do it. You know what I mean? Like, whether or not that's canon, again, like, reads on a piece of media are very valid. You know, for me anyway, I just feel like I haven't given a ton of thought to that. I hope that doesn't like read as careless or anything, but it's like if that is something that you have picked up on or noticed and you feel it's a helpful or valid interpretation of the character, then like that's cool with me. You know? Yeah. I think it makes sense. I think I think most people are probably a little bit neurospicy, right? Like, or at least most, like, I feel like most artists are. I don't know. Maybe not. Also, I don't mean to, like, say that in such a way where I'm like, I don't mean to, you know what I mean, like, devalue anyone who, like, legitimately, like has a diagnosis or whatever. Like, I'm not trying to downplay that. I'm just saying, like, I do think there's probably more people that are, like, have got some neurospiciness than who are just totally, what do you call it? What's the one where you're neurotypical? I don't know. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's cool to me. And also not that you need a diagnosis to be like valid or whatever. But I'm just saying I don't mean to downplay like, yeah, well, everyone's autistic. Like, I do think maybe everyone's a little bit. It's a spectrum, right? Like everyone's, but you know, I'm just saying. So yeah, it makes perfect sense to me if Sock is neurodivergent in some way. But I haven't thought about specifically how. Okay. If Meph doesn't understand the concept of time, why did he assign Sock a 9 to 5 with weekends off? Because he knows that that's like a respectable thing to do. He knows that that means something to Sock. I think that's my. I think he's like trying to be, you know, reputable. He has standards, I guess. He may be the devil, but he has standards. Yeah, but he can't, like, he doesn't know what that means, so he can't, like, really enforce them, I don't think. Which actually, I was thinking about this the other day, like, I guess if Sock only works 9 to 5, then from, like, 5 till 9 in the morning, he doesn't have to be convincing Jonathan to kill himself. Like, they could just be palling around. I don't know. Let's see. How do you feel about people redoing a movie's plot after getting disappointed by the original? Like a unique story versus a reanimated project? Redoing a movie's plot after getting disappointed by the original. I guess I don't know. You might have to elaborate on that for me. I'm not really sure. Because I think like, well, I guess a reanimated project is just like redoing the shots, but I don't know if I've encountered someone redoing a movie's plot before, unless you're talking about like fanfic, in which case I'm all for it. Like that's what fanfic and fan art and stuff is for, is like fixing the things that are wrong with your favorite movies. It's just like, man, I really like this thing, but I wish it did this instead, and then you write a fanfic about it. But I don't know, I might have misunderstood the question. Feel free to elaborate if I'm totally misunderstanding. What's your favorite type of food you usually eat? I like all food. I like all food, except... Well, okay, my favorite type of food is Mexican food. Just all Mexican food, generally. And also sandwiches. Just any type of sandwich, especially if it's like a hot sandwich, like a panini. Especially if it's got like melted cheese or something on it. I don't eat a lot of sandwiches anymore because I'm trying generally to eat less bread. And to be honest, I don't eat Mexican food very much anymore because they give you these gigantic, it's like the biggest plate you've ever seen with a huge well, I'm talking about Tex-Mex, really. They give you a huge plate with the biggest burrito you've ever seen, and it's filled with beans and rice, and then the lettuce and the little sour cream, and I will eat all of it. I will clean the plate. So I try not to eat as much anymore, but that is my favorite food, and I do have them on special occasions. I usually have Mexican food for my birthday, and I'll have a sandwich if I'm like meeting up with someone and we're like going for coffee or brunch or something, or like a breakfast burrito. Oh, that's the other thing. Breakfast burrito is a good like combination of both. It's like the best of both worlds. It's Mexican shaped, but like sandwichy / breakfasty contents. Any kind of a wrap or a I like when a thing is entombed in bread. That's my favorite foods. How about you guys? We learn more about Mephistopheles, or perhaps Providence and Welcome to Hell too. Maybe a little bit. There's a little thing in part 2 where Mephistopheles has another kind of shout out to Providence. Eventually, again, if this was like a whole series and I had like there would be like like a whole episode like dedicated to like the lore and the backstory. Like at some point I kind of like had an episode idea where Mephistopheles was like, well, I guess I have to explain this then, you know what I mean? And it's just like a kind of, maybe it doesn't have to start with him explaining it, but I did think about like a whole episode that just like explains the lore of the two of them and like what their relationship was. And anyway, I've thought about that quite a bit. When I was first working on like the original like Welcome to Hell, it was kind of like hard not to cram too much stuff in there about Mephistopheles, because I've actually thought a lot about his whole background. Let me look at the stream is totally frozen on my computer, so I gotta make sure I'm like, okay. I thought maybe it was like too dark in here. Oh, is this? Oh, it's like really far back. Oh, okay, there we go. I had the stream paused. Now it's like a totally different lighting. Okay. Didn't know that. Okay, now I'm caught up. I'm caught up on the stream. Let's see. More so I'm liking it for a different reason. I feel like not enough people talk about how art takes time and patience, and I like that message from the movie. Beautiful old school type of story crafting is a lost art. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, because now the kind of like, I mean, I hope people are getting away from this, but like I think we were kind of like at the peak of it when like I did not follow Game of Thrones, but I know the whole drama. Like I know why everyone was upset. But I did watch the finale. I did, like, all of my friends got together and I was like, ooh, I want to see this. This sounds like it's going to be a shit show. And it was. And it was so fun to, like, come in at the last second. And even as, like, someone who, like, didn't follow the show, I could, like, tell how much that ending blew. And, like, anyway, my point is, I think that happened because there's people like to theorize and speculate about a show, and they go online and they talk about it in message boards, and then the creator's like, oh no, the writers or whatever are like, oh, they figured out what our show's gonna be. Oh, we gotta do a twist now. And it's like, no, sometimes something can just be a satisfying, well-crafted story. It doesn't have to like shock and surprise at every turn. Like it doesn't have to. Like don't forego good storytelling just to like surprise your viewers so that it's something they didn't see coming, like anyway, I just think at some point we sort of like lost that a little bit. Like if something was predictable, it was considered bad. It's like, I don't know, I don't feel that way at all. Like I love watching something that's predictable. I mean, not always. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's exhausting. But it like, again, I don't know. Just watching those, we've all seen those Disney Renaissance movies like a million times. But it's like I get something every time I watch it because it's like so meticulously crafted. Like everything about it. Like they were firing on all cylinders. Anyway. But yeah, I do feel like that's kind of a lost art a little bit. I think this is good enough for his shoes, isn't it? Wait. Did I do? No. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Boy, I don't know why I'm doing all this. This section of animation is going to get cut off. Okay. I still got more coffee. Oh my god, it keeps coming. Hell yeah, another one for the autism community, kind of. Yeah, take the W. I also read Squee or I Feel Sick. I have not read Squee or I Feel Sick. And I haven't read enough Jonan things to have a favorite character in the Jonan universe. And I also, like, super have not, like, I've seen, like, an episode of Zim. So it's a little bit of a blind spot for me. I'm sorry I don't have a favorite character in the Jonan universe. But I do have a question for Jonan fans. Do you consider the characters from Randy Cunningham 9th Grade Ninja to be part of the Jonan universe? Discuss. I feel like most artists benefit from getting that validation. Social media speeds up our brains. Yeah, it does. I wonder, will you keep it small or hopes to make this bigger? Both? I think a way to make Welcome to Hell bigger would be to make smaller bite-sized pieces of art. You know what I mean? Little comics or animatics or something instead of like a fully animated thing. Why did YouTube hide Peak? Do you mean why did Welcome to Hell 2 get a little buried? I don't know, because YouTube's broken, and also let me think. YouTube's broken, and also I don't know, I wasn't posting shorts. Like, I think, at least when I had posted Welcome to Hell 2, it seemed like part of how you gain traction on your channel, like you have to have been like uploading stuff kind of recently. There had to have been like some activity, and so to just drop Welcome to Hell 2 kind of out of nowhere was like, it didn't like if I had been like posting little like, oh, welcome to house coming soon, zooming, like if I had posted like little promo things or like little shorts or whatever, I think it would have shown. I don't know why it wouldn't just show up on people's feeds who are fucking subscribed to me, but that's, I don't know. It's just, it's all about discovery now. I think I don't know. I think they're trying to. It's so funny. Like every social media wants to. Every platform wants the thing that another platform has. It's like, oh, well, TikTok does this, so we should do that. And it's like, you're not TikTok. Like, you're YouTube. Like, I don't know. I just... Anyway. Do you use outdated software? Do I? We've been talking about this, like, on and off the whole time. Just that, like... Oh, your interface is gray. What is that? It looks old. Sometimes updates of some of the Adobe products just becomes bloatware, so I find myself using an older version. Yes, I have been meaning to upgrade TV Paint. I'm just on an older version, and I'm scared to upgrade because I'm worried I don't know. I'm worried somehow it won't. I know it has backwards capability. I know it wouldn't not open my Welcome to Hell project files, but like, I don't know. I don't want to upgrade in the middle of a project. So I haven't done that yet, but for the most part, I have used, I've done some sailing on the seven seas in my time, and I think, yeah, I mean, I think Adobe CS6 was the last good Adobe. I'll say it. It was the last good Adobe anything. We didn't need... Oh, I don't know. Maybe some of the CCs were fine. But, like, I just, like, I don't know. I haven't... To be honest, I haven't really used... Have I used... I feel like on shows I've been on, I've probably used newer versions of a lot of the software, but for myself, I typically tried to stick to the oldest version of the program that I can find that's still functional. Not the oldest, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I wouldn't, like, still be using, like, Photoshop 2 or some shit, but, you know, at a certain point, yeah, it's just kind of like, just like an update for the sake of updating and just putting a bunch of shit in it that you don't really need and bogging the program down. And the other thing, right, someone pointed this out to me recently, and I hadn't really thought about this before, but it makes a lot of sense. Like, so because we have more and more space on our hard drives and computers and stuff now, you can be less efficient with coding. Back in the day, space was very precious, and so the coding had to be very, very compact, very tight, not a lot of like extra bullshit dangling around. But because like the processing power has gotten better and our storage space has gotten cheaper, and people tend to have like, you know, higher end computers or whatever, they're just a lot, and also probably because of like the crunch times or whatever in the tech industry and programming and stuff like that, like they're less efficient with their code now. And for people like me who have, you know, a 10-year-old refurbished computer, that's not, like, you know what I mean? I don't upgrade my shit every time there's a new thing that comes out. I keep using my shit until it no longer works. And it makes it does. Like, I mean, if everything that I have is... Anyway. Not everyone has the ability to upgrade to the newest iPhone or the newest whatever every time it comes out. Like, some people like to use their shit until it no longer serves them. And yeah, and so you really, it's like, oh God, every time I download anything or whatever, I'm like, in what way is this going to like completely bog down my shit? You know, it's just, so that sucks. I totally get what you mean. And I'm that way in all aspects of my life. Like I was saying earlier, I drive a 20-year-old car, so a little over 20 years old, actually. It's just like, fuck it. You know? I like that I can find a video online of someone fixing it. Like, it's not all computers. Like, I don't know. It's just, whatever. I'm not saying that, whatever. This is not time for Erica to talk about cars. But anyway, yeah, it's just like, not everyone can afford to, like, you know, upgrade everything constantly. And it's, frankly, rude and classist for tech companies and manufacturers to assume that we can. Gone are the days of just buying something and having it work forever. Unless, of course, you buy old shit, used shit. Oh, that's another thing, my Cintiq that I'm using. I've talked about this on stream before. You can't see it, but this is the first Cintiq they ever made. It's a 21UX. The aspect ratio is 4:3. It's not even widescreen. This is like a 20-year-old Cintiq. And do I need 1 million adapters to like plug it into my computer? Yeah. But God damn it, it works. And it works really, really well. And it has a good feel to it. The screen, I don't know how to explain it. The glass screen on these is like, it's, I don't want to say it has a texture, but there's something to it that's different than the newer ones. I think they started making some of the newer ones with this older type of glass because, I don't know, I think people wanted them to bring it back. But it's just like, I'm going to use this thing until it like explodes. You know, I'm not, it's still going. The only weird thing is like, you know, on this stream, well, no. Okay, I have the window expanded so it looks like it's 19:6, but, you know, I've streamed in the past where someone was like, how come your screen is 4:3? And I'm like, because my Cintiq is 4:3. Like, that's what I was screen recording. Yeah, I don't know if it's old and it still works, hang on to it, because everything's built to break now. So that's my outlook. And yes, that is also why Jonathan loves sandwiches, because I love sandwiches. How do I feel about meatball subs from Subway? 1 out of 10. It's been a long time. I actually don't know if I've ever had a meatball. Have I? Have I had a meatball sub from Subway? It has been years. I don't think I've had a meatball sub from Subway since I was like maybe in high school. I will say I like Subway. I know a lot of people don't. I like Subway just fine. I always have. I've never had a problem with it. I would eat a meatball sub from Subway. I don't think it's my go-to sandwich. Obviously not, because I said I haven't had one since I was like a teenager. But I'd fuck with it. Dumplings. Oh, that sounds good. Rice, chicken shawarma. Oh my god, you guys are making me hungry. Pierogi. Crab boil. Garlic. Oh, crab boil. Pierogi's mentioned. Yeah. Oh, actually, okay, I mean, alright. We're going to talk about Polish food. My favorite food when I was a kid was Polish sausage. I don't know if that's actually Polish or if we just call it Polish sausage in America. I have no idea. But the big sausage that comes in like these 2 big links. Polish sausage and fried potatoes and sauerkraut was like one of my favorite meals when I was a kid. It's all salt. It's just salt. Okay. Okay. So this is Devi Animations elaborating about the remaking the movie. I mean, if someone wrote a full script with the same characters and settings from the original film/show, but with a different plot and a fresh/deeper interpretation of the characters, fan fiction with extra steps, but with enough production to give it more merit. What's your take on that? Do you have an example of someone having done that? Just like a remake of a film, or are you talking about like? Right. It's just like, is this a hypothetical thing or is this something that someone has done? Because what I'm thinking of is like a kind of a, like a fanfic where someone's like filed off the serial numbers, right? Like you change all the well, you're saying the same characters. I don't know. I guess I'm just curious if this is like a hypothetical or if there's like something that's been done like this. I'm like cool with that. Fan fiction with extra steps, I guess, yeah, but with enough production to give it more merit. I think, I mean, if you do something like that and it's like you're a fan film essentially, right? Like is what we're kind of talking about here is fan films. And there's like a whole history of that. I don't watch a lot of fan films, but I think it's really cool that people do that. I think a lot of people have been discovered that way. Oh my God, what was it? There's a director that I like, and I think he got his start. I think he made like a Portal fan film or something. Anyway, so I mean, I think that kind of thing is super valid. It's just fanfic with extra steps. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like you run into sort of weird territory if maybe it's like an indie thing. Like if someone was like, I want to remake Welcome to Hell. I mean that'd be fine, but like if I guess, you know what I mean? Like, I guess as a fan thing, like I would consider that fanfic. But if like, I don't know, like if someone was like, sort of like getting like credit for having done that thing, like, I don't know in what instance that would happen. Again, the only thing I can think of is maybe someone getting a job from making a particularly good fan film of like a big, IP, you know what I mean? Like not like, you know, like I mentioned that there's this director that got his start doing like a Portal fan film, and it's like, okay, that's like a big, like a known IP. That's not like some idea that he like took from, you know, a fellow artist or something. Not that there aren't artists who made Portal, but you know what I mean? It's like a sort of big, it's a larger property. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's more acceptable to do that kind of thing with like a larger property. If you're going to put like that level of like production into it, right? Otherwise, I think maybe a fanfic, you know, or like fan animation or something, especially if you call it that, like, oh, this is a fan film or a fanfic or whatever. I think if you like were to make something like that and not qualify it as being like a fan thing, I think that'd be a little like unclassy. But also there's some things where it's like very obvious that it's a fan, like oh god, I mean, this was years and years ago. This was probably like 10 or 13 years ago. There was like a Sonic fan film that was going around, and like something like that, like even if it doesn't say fan film or something on it, it's like, well, you know it's Sonic because it's got Sonic in it. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's some things that's like very iconically like, you know, someone else's like thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think as long as like you're not trying to like pass off the characters as your own or anything, like I think like interpretations of other people's work is totally cool. And I think that's kind of how you like learn to like make stories a little bit. Like, I mean, maybe not everyone learns that way, but yeah, it's like writing fanfic or thinking about characters. Should I turn on my light? It's getting really dark. It's getting dark and still. Turn that on. Let me see how this looks. Let's see if it looks terrible. It's not terrible. You can see my messy kitchen, but not the end of the world. Oh, there's a lot of Polish Welcome to Hell fans. I think it's been dubbed in Polish. I think I have that on a playlist. What was that last movie or series you see, and did you like it? What was the last movie or series that I saw? Oh, sorry, I just lost where I was at in here. What do these little crowns next to the comments mean? Is that like people like voted it up or something? What was the last movie or series you saw, and did you like it? Ooh, the last movie I saw. Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to think of what order to do this in. The last movie I saw. I watched 2 movies in one sitting. It was called, I'll do both of them so as not to just focus on one. It was called Better Man, and it was a music biopic about Robbie Williams, who is a pop star and former boy band member of a UK boy band called Take That. And it's a pretty, like, you know, if you've seen a music biopic, you've seen a music biopic. You kind of know how they all are. But in this one, for some reason, he's a monkey. He's like a CG monkey. And I thought it was really good. I mean, I enjoyed watching it, but it was very long. I had a good time with it. It was kind of about dad stuff, which was fun. It's like, that was nice. That was a good touch. But also, you know, it sure is a music biopic. Like, I don't know why he's a monkey. It's unremarked upon that he's a monkey. No one else is a monkey in the film. It was definitely like an interesting, like, feat to watch. I think kind of the point is like he views himself as this like separate other thing or like an animal or something. And so that was like kind of a fun take, I think. I liked it just fine. I don't know if I would watch it again. It was long. But it was a well done film. And then what I watched after that, because I was like a couple drinks in, was Fixed, which is the new Gendy movie. It's a 2D animated movie about a dog who's gonna get fixed, and he decides to have one last night on the town with his boys. And if you saw the trailers for it, you know the kind of film that it is. And I think a lot of people were like, let's just say it looked divisive. And anyway, we watched that. And I gotta say, for the first like 20 minutes of it, no, not 20. For the first like couple minutes of it, like there's the joke. This is a dog. He's humping the leg. He's humping. He's a dog. He's humping. And I looked over at my wife, and she was like, I was like, we can stop. We can turn this off if you want. And she was like, no, it has to stop eventually. Like, this show can't go on for much longer, can it? And I was like, I don't know. I think the whole movie is going to be this. About half of the movie is that. At some point, I actually kind of became invested. I think what happened was like, at some point you meet a character, kind of a just an incidental character. I'm a big fan of dog movies, by the way. That's kind of why I wanted to check this out. And people were like, "Erica, you like dog movies? Have you have you heard of this?" And so there's a Doberman they encounter at some point, and Dobermans are always like really aggro and what do you call it? Imposing kind of characters in these movies. And this one was like very gay and very queer, and we were like, "Oh, who is this?" Anyway, it turns out the character and the voice actor are intersex, and that's kind of like they make a whole point of it in the movie in a way that's like, and I'm beautiful because of that. And I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. I didn't expect like randomly like queer intersex representation from the dog gets his balls cut off movie. Like, but it kind of worked for the sort of movie that it was. But anyway, yeah, it had some nice, it had some moments in it that I was like, oh wow, okay, like, go off, Candy. Not a movie I'm sure I would watch again, but I'm glad we have it. I'm glad someone's letting that man just do whatever he wants. Oh, to have that power. No. We need like all kinds of different animation, so it's cool that we have people making stuff like that. And the last series I saw, I actually don't remember. I think my wife and I started watching Pushing Daisies, which is, it's from the early 2000s. Neither of us watched it. And I like it. I like the premise a lot. It's very cute. It's very twee. It's very early 2000s. But I am not always like, because it's an episodic kind of murder of the week kind of show, and each murder is like really specific to like whatever subculture it happened in, and they're very like cartoony and ridiculous. Like they're super unrealistic. It's a lot of fun, but sometimes like if I'm not particularly interested in whatever that like the subplot murder of the week thing is, like sometimes I just kind of zone out, and other times I'm like, oh my god. I like the characters a lot. I like the characters and the premise a lot, but I'm like, I think that's maybe just like the nature of like a blank of the week kind of show, is that like I'm not always going to be interested in whatever that week's blank is. But it's a good show. It's fun. Characters are great. The actors are all great. Yeah. Wait, no. I watched another... Oh, God. I actually don't remember what movie I watched most recently. I also watched that one... I watched a horror movie called... I think it was called The Blackening. But it was like a horror movie with like an all-black cast. And it was pretty funny. Like, I found myself being like... I wouldn't be doing that if I was in this horror movie, which I think is maybe just like the nature of all horror movies, but I'm just like, there's no way they would do that. Like, but anyway, but it was funny. It was pretty good. I was surprised by it. Not like I expected it to be bad. I'm just saying like it was, I thought it was funny. I wasn't sure like what level of like the tagline was like, they can't all die first. So it's like, it was pretty fun. I like a fresh take on like a horror movie, or I like horrors that we're kind of doing like social commentary horrors right now. We're in that era of horror, which I think is great. I mean, not all movies have to be like social commentary. Like some of them can just be like fun and dumb or whatever. But I appreciate when a movie has something to say. As someone who went to art school, that's all we do is read into things. It was good. Let's see. I mean, I thought it was good. I don't know how most people felt about it. I don't know how black people felt about it, but I thought it was fine. Maybe my recommendation. Maybe my rec is not the best, but I don't know. I had a good time with it. Let's see. I've warmed up to predictable media. It's interesting to see when a common idea is done differently. Sometimes I wonder if we ever get to learn more about Sock's parents. Yeah, aside from the fact that he murdered them in his sleep. I wonder that too. Maybe we will. Someone else asked if I read Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. No, not really. I mean, like, I'm familiar. I'm aware of it. I've like read a little bit of it, but not like enough to really. Someone asked who my favorite character was in the Jonan verse, and I don't have an answer. Let's see. Streaming for 2 hours, and I'm so pissed. I don't know. It didn't show that I was streaming. I see. That's what you're saying. I don't know. I have no idea how or why it does or doesn't show. I've thought about that. I've thought about that too. Like, because I did the Streamily stream, and I kind of thought like, oh, I thought more people would check that out after the fact, and I didn't see a lot of views on it outside of when it was happening. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what YouTube's deal is, honestly. Does that finger work? Maybe. Let's go with it. If you upgraded and hate it, couldn't you just swap back? Probably. I don't know. What's the canon sexuality of the characters? This is another one of those, like, feel free to interpret them how you will kind of thing. I know I've answered this on, like, Tumblr before. And I feel like I'm always kind of shifting. This is why I've never really answered it, because, like, when I first started thinking about these characters, this is going to sound really embarrassing, but it was before I realized I could make characters gay. It was like, because at the time, it's like if you grow up and all you see is like characters that are just coded a certain way, then you start making something and like, I don't know. I guess I was just dumb and I was just like, yeah, they'll be like kind of gay, but not. And it's just like, oh wait, I can just make them gay if I wanted. I can just make them queer. Like, that did not occur to me until I went to college. But you have to understand, I'm ancient and I'm old, and I grew up in the 90s and early 2000s. So I needed to catch up a little bit. We didn't have Steven Universe in 1995. So, anyway, what was I saying? The canon, I don't know if they have canon, did you say sexualities or gender identities? Sexualities? Sexualities. I think whatever Jonathan is, it's repressed. I think he thinks he's straight. And I think maybe the existence of Sock is making him question that. Sock, I think, is some shade of queer and he knows it. I don't know if he's like, he could be anything, man. Like, he could be pan, he could be bi. He could, like, at minimum, he's bi, if that makes sense. Like, not to put them on a scale, but at the least, he's bi, right? Yeah, I don't know if it's some. Oh my god, I like can't draw fingers. Oh, why don't I have the onion skin on? Okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah. But also, yeah, this is another thing where, like, I've talked to people who are like, oh, I didn't perceive these characters as queer at all. And I'm like, oh, okay, but that's fine. Like, I'm not, no biggie. Until I make them explicitly gay. Or whatever. I guess people can kind of interpret them how they like. Boy, I don't like any of these lines. I don't like that. That's not right. Okay. Well, I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna have to leave soon. Oh, and I am meeting some friends for dinner. We're gonna watch that gay hockey show and eat food. So, I gotta get off in a second. Can Sock eat stuff? No, he can't. At some point I had that in a script for the original that, setting up the rules of what he can and can't do. Like, he can't sleep and he can't whatever. But no, he can't eat stuff. Yeah, I think originally Mephistopheles had like a mini fridge or something in his office. And he's like, help yourself to a drink. And there's like nothing in the fridge. Like, it's just for show or whatever. And he's like, I don't know. But yeah, Sock cannot eat. Crossovers like Venture Bros and Sim. That'd be fun. I've been on the stream for 2 hours now. It's 1:30 a.m. Oh, dude, yeah. Well, thanks for staying up so late. Well, I'm sorry I'm keeping you up. 2003 is a great year for cars. Not too much computer in them. Yep, that's true. Although, as an old car haver, in living in a city full of either classic car havers or brand new car havers, I recently, for the first time, like I have since found a mechanic that I liked, but when I was looking for a local mechanic, I went on someone's recommendation, and they asked me what year my car was, and I told them 2002, and they were like, oh, we can't work on anything past 2012. And I was like, what? What do you mean you can't? And they're like, well, their equipment doesn't, like, their code readers and everything don't, and it's just like, what? That's, I mean, sure, I guess. At a certain point, it's probably, like, not worth their time. But also, like, I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to pretend to understand why that is. I've also, like, had my car break down and, like, accidentally had it towed to some place that I don't normally go to that clearly only works on, like, luxury cars. And they were like, they didn't say, why did you bring this to us? But, like, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with it, and eventually called me and were like, look, we don't know what's wrong with it, and frankly, it's not worth our time to figure it out. But it started, so can you just come pick it up? We're not going to charge you. So, like, I live in a city where, like, there are mechanics who are like, look, I'm going to be honest, this is not worth my time. And you know what? You know what I did with the car when I got home? I opened up the hood and I looked at the battery terminals and I saw that they were crusty. So I took a wire brush and I decrusted the battery terminals. The car was just shutting off randomly. Guess what? That fixed it. Anyway, it's like, you don't even need... Whatever. It was not worth their time. They were like, which is fair. Like, a car is shutting off. It's an electrical problem of some sort. A mechanic is not necessarily an electrician. You know what I mean? But anyway, I was just like, no one has the time to fix my car but me, and I'm too dumb. So, like, anyway, it's a delicate balance. Anyway, I did not mean, okay, I said we weren't talking about cars, but I talked about cars a little bit. Let's see. Since I was like 10 years old. Old tech. Pricey because yeah, okay, I've heard that too. Like, I've heard all the hard drives and shit are gonna get expensive because of all these data centers and stuff. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to stock up. Like, this is bonkers. Always Sunny was never the same after they left 4-3. Oh, funny. FMA Brotherhood. Alright. That's good. That's good. Welcome to Hell gets a reboot like Scott Pilgrim, the new anime, and it's just the anime style of... Oh my god. Dude, that new Scott Pilgrim anime was dope. I quite liked it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up in here. What do we got? Oh, someone did a what? Oh, someone did a donation thingy? Hi, I loved your work for years, and when I was younger, you were a big inspo to my art. Have a good one. Levi, or Live V. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honored that you found my work an inspo. Thank you. Okay, I don't know. Okay. Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm so behind in the chat. Okay. Kielbasa. Supernatural fans have written fan scripts before. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, back in the day, as my understanding, that's how they used to, a lot of writers would get hired by writing, like, spec scripts. I don't know how much that happens anymore. I'm not sure, but that was definitely a thing. Like, can you write an episode of this show in the style of the show, in the voice of the show? I'm currently working on a project like that, says Debbie. This is about remade projects with the same characters and settings. Since you have experience working on major projects, I wanted your take on it from a professional standpoint. Low-key worried about audience reach / copyright. Oh, okay. I don't know. I guess it depends. I guess it just depends what the thing was. I know I kind of talked about it a little bit. You might have already asked that question. Maybe I talked about it a little bit before I saw it. If it's unbroken, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think if you're pretty upfront about it being like a fan thing, about like, hey, I don't own these characters. If you don't put any sort of like, this thing, copyright, my name, this year, like, I think that's like, I mean, I don't know, like, I'm also not a lawyer, and I can't like legally advise you in this matter, but like, I think if you're pretty open about it being a fan thing, I think that's fine. But I don't know. I mean, like, there's what's her name? Oh my God. Was it Anne Rice? The vampire book lady who's like really hated fanfic. Like, she was like super weird about it. It's like, I don't know. Some people are weird about it, but I feel like fan works are fair game. That's how I got interested in, like, you know, making stuff. I don't know. Working on World War II. Oh no. Instead of Welcome to Hell 2. It's the most active I've ever been in a YouTube chat. Oh, cool. Stream is such a vibe. Cool. There only being just under 70 viewers, less than 20. I have not been paying attention to what the viewers are. Okay, there's just under 70. Has it been like that kind of the whole time? That's not bad. That's not super overwhelming. What's the Etsy shop name? Is that in regards to the sock hat? Or... oh, that's what it was. Yeah, her Etsy shop is called The Scarlet Seamstress, or it might come up when you type in Jamie Wester. If you go on Etsy and type in official sock hat, it'll probably come up. Unless it doesn't show inactive listings. Her shop is, I think, paused right now, but if you message her, I do think she might be able to take on individual orders. But she has her shop like temporarily closed right now. Because she needed to step back a bit. Okay, Fix sure was a movie. Okay, other people have seen Fix, I'm just making sure. Wait, have you seen Sinners? Yes. Sinners was incredible. Sinners was awesome. Does Jonathan have any older/younger siblings, or is he just an only child? Currently he's an only child. There's a big like fanon that he has an older sister. But currently he's an only child. I don't have any plans to introduce a sibling for him. Marion Max from that director. I don't know. Oh, wait. Okay, I don't know what Marion Max is, and I don't know which director we're talking about. But Memoir of a Snail. Oh, okay. Here's another movie I watched recently that I thought was really, really, really good. It was. I think it's a few years old now. It's called Perfect Days. Is it called Perfect Days? It's a Japanese film about. I don't know why this just Memoir of a Snail made me think of this. This has nothing to do with Memoir of a Snail. It's just like I don't know. Because this movie kind of felt like a memoir. It's a movie about it's a Japanese movie about a public toilet cleaner who, it's just like a series of like days that happen in his life. It's very minimal dialogue. Awesome movie. That movie ruled. That was something I saw recently that I really liked. Nice. Oral, stop mo. Okay, they can't all. Yeah. Oh, right. Sinners being a social commentary horror. I keep forgetting the Sinners is a horror because it like takes a second to get there. Man, no, that movie ruled. Yeah, definitely a social commentary horror. Sinners. That's a great, obviously, great example of it. I can't believe I like totally blanked on that one. I hope it wins all the awards. Sorry. Sorry, I'm so behind. I'm just getting to the part where I was talking about their sexuality and the response to it. Yes, we're gonna watch Heated Rivalry tonight in a Discord chat. There is a Discord chat. There's a Welcome to Hell Discord. Sorry. I need to be like looking at this while I'm like talking instead of like working and talking, and then I gotta like catch up with the chat. Sapphic version of Heated Rivalry. Oh man, that'd be cool. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Someone said like I can't see any of the messages she's replying to. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. I tried to put a chat overlay. On my OBS stream, and I can't get it to work. I can't get it to work. I watched a troubleshooting video of a guy like trying to troubleshoot it. He wasn't explaining how to fix it. He was just streaming himself trying to figure it out. And he doesn't figure it out. But he does figure out that it works on Twitch and not on YouTube for some reason. I'm like, cool. I had to like scrub through 20 minutes just for him to be like, well, I figured out that it doesn't work. Anyway, I can't figure out how to get it to work. I thought that would be nice so that like I'm not like just... I hate when I'm watching a stream and people are just responding to the chat without saying what the chat is saying. I try to like at least say what the comments are that I'm responding to. I wish I could just have them up on screen. I'll find a way to do that eventually, but like, man, I spent like a whole day trying to get it to work. Special stuff on the Patreon. Yeah, the Patreon Discord is just kind of a Patreon chat. I think the regular Welcome to Hell Discord is more active. Do you like Angry Birds? The game or the movie? Okay. Here's the thing. Angry Birds was one of my wife's favorite like animated movies. She has several like, I know this is considered bad but I love it kind of movies, and Angry Birds was one of them. And she showed it to me and I had like a hot take on it that she super didn't agree with. And I'm probably wrong, to be fair. It was a hot take after all. I don't think it's inherently a bad movie or anything like that. Like, I mean, it didn't like upset me the way that I think a lot of people were upset about those movies at the time because it was like, we're just making movies out of apps and the Emoji Movie and so I didn't see the Emoji Movie. I thought Angry Birds was a perfectly competent movie. But I had like a hot take on it, which I've since learned is like, I'm not the only one who had that take. And some people had the exact opposite take. So anyway, she also saw the sequel and she said the sequel kind of ruined it for her. I don't know. I haven't seen the sequel. But my wife has explained to me what she likes about the Angry Birds movie. And so I have if someone's able to kind of like tell me like what they like about a thing, even if I don't necessarily like it, I can kind of like see where they're coming from. So I don't have any ill will towards the Angry Birds movie. It was not for me, but I don't think it's like inherently terrible. I need to rewatch it again though. I kind of have been wanting to rewatch it to see if I would have the same like take on it that I did, or if I would like, I don't know, if I would feel differently. Probably get asked this a lot, but will there be a sock plushie re-release? I'm so sad I missed it. So the makeshift sock plushie, he's the only one I have within reach, this guy. I think we're gonna try launching him again. You choose. I don't know. They don't make the same plushie twice, is my understanding. They do make potentially different versions or different colorways or whatever. And I don't know. I don't know what, I mean, I guess we'll talk about it after the John plushie is, done in 17 hours. See how well it did. Like the sock plushie did well enough that they were like, let's do another one, you know? So we'll see. There's definitely a potential to keep making stuff with them or making variants or, you know, maybe it's not like full size plushie. Maybe it's like a small keychain or something. Like they make a bunch of different products. So like there's potential for future, stuff like that. But, I'm not sure. I don't think the same exact plushie will be released again. But yeah. I've also thought about that, like, if I ever am in a position where I'm not doing plushie collabs with, like, bigger companies, I could just, like, have plushies made. So that, I mean, that's definitely something I could look into. I've been trying to convince my sister that she should make sock plushies, and she's just like, I hate making plushies. She hates making plushies so much. Anyway, so I don't know, maybe if I could convince her like of an easy way, like a kind of simplified, chibi-ified way to do it, maybe. But yeah, let's see. Okay. Oh, someone else did. There's another donation. Sending 1/2 of a breakfast burrito. 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 Thanks for streaming today. Oh, thank you so much. Hell yeah. Oh man, thank you guys. Oh wow, I didn't know. Oh, people are sending little chat monies. Thank you. That's so cool. I will absolutely buy 1/2 of a breakfast burrito with that. Will we get more Tom? Maybe. You'll just have to wait and see. You can change it on the filters next to the X button on the top of chat. Is this directed at me? I don't know. Let's see. Sorry guys, I'm almost caught up with it. Oh, someone did the other half of the breakfast burrito. Thank you. Get out. Full burrito. Wow. Thank you. A full burrito. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have so many burritos. So excited for any more content though. I didn't even realize you actually stream. Also, do you like bees? Google Violet Carpenter bee. I don't usually stream. I told myself I was gonna try and start. I used to do it a little bit on Twitch, and I told myself, fuck it, why not just do it on YouTube? That's where like It's where my followers are. So I'm going to try and do it more often to kind of try and keep myself accountable, I guess. I need to get off it a little bit. I like bees just fine. I'm not one of those like bee nerds. I don't know tons about bees, but I like animals. Violet carpenter bee. I'm glad that you've told me about a new kind of bee that just dropped. Oh shit, that looks awesome. Wow, she's beautiful. It's a goth bee. Oh, I love that. Yeah, bees are great. They're very important. I understand that much. I understand they're very important for nature. Oh, a pinned violet carpenter bee. Oh, I have 2 pinned butterflies that I did. I learned that, okay, people who do like insect pinning, because I talked to a guy on a plane who like did it professionally, and he was like, they like trap the insects and kill them and pin them, which I think is messed up. But I have found a butterfly. I found a dead butterfly that was just fully intact, and I pinned it. I messed up the wings a little bit. I'm pointing like this because it's on my wall. I messed up the wings a little bit because I didn't know that they kind of like, they're little scales and they're very delicate, and when you touch them they sort of disintegrate. And then I did another one. Some friends found a butterfly and called me and were like, Erica, we found a butterfly. They also found a dead hummingbird one time and asked me if I was interested in that. And I was like, that's like a little, I'd need to take a taxidermy class, which I would like to do at some point, but it's like, you should just bury the hummingbird. I don't know. I don't think I can do anything about a hummingbird. But I am interested in that sense. I have 2 monarch butterflies that I've pinned. Rental family. Okay, I've never heard of it, but I'll have to check it out. You guys still have bunnies? Yes, we do. I have 2 bunnies. Maybe I can find a picture of them to throw up in the chat or something. Someone said, "Hey, what up, Erica? Crystal Pastel. I don't recognize your username, but I'm sure I will eventually. Simul streaming on both sites might be an idea." Yeah, maybe I can do that. John Cohen. That's cool. Yeah, I love it when like a famous person on Instagram like likes your the creator of the video game Echo the Dolphin follows me on Twitter because I tweeted about Echo the Dolphin once. And anyway, so that's my like, oh my god. Yeah, I got married last year. I didn't talk about it online a whole lot. Yeah, we should leave soon, yeah?
6:30ish.
Okay, 6:30, yeah. I'm gonna get, also I hella have to pee, so, I'm just like, I'm gonna catch up with the chat and then like probably like, and then like end the stream. There's no more animating that's getting done. I think I did 3 drawings. That was pretty good. Whenever I talk about like that animation takes a long time, I want you guys to know it does not take as long as it's taking me right now while I'm streaming. So on the one hand, like maybe I'll get better at it the more I do it. And it is fun to stream and chat and talk, and maybe this will help keep me more like active and like, you know, on schedule or whatever. But also, like when we talk about how time consuming and how much a labor of love animation it is, it's not this much of a labor of love usually. I just cannot multitask. So I want you to know I don't always work this slow. Also, I got more than 3 drawings done. I think I got like 4. So I'll never forget when you liked my Welcome to Hell drawing on Insta back in 2019. Oh hell yeah, I try and like all of the ones that I can find. I don't know if you watched anime or any recent ones. Have you watched Gachiakuta? No. It has a really swag style, and wait, is that the one where it's like trash that comes to life or something? If that's the one, a friend was telling me about it, and it sounds super up my alley, and the art looked really cool, but I have not checked it out yet. I have to check that out. Let's see. Okay, I'm getting to the end of it. Oh, here we go. No more scrolling is happening, so I'm there. Wait, no. People started talking, and then it updated. For life, whole burrito. Plus the weeds. Okay, yeah, he was just quoting. Someone said hi, Katie. I think so.
Me?
Yeah, I don't know. Someone knows. It might either be someone who I know in real life, or someone who just knows from Twitter or something. Yeah, when we tweet at each other. How long is the streaming going? Probably too long. I think it's been going. How long has it been going? Oh, I don't know. Probably like 2 hours, at least 2 hours. So. Also, oh man, I have not looked at the. Have I had like my head down here the whole time? That's why. No wonder people are like, "Oh, I like your hair." That's all you can see. I'm like not really monitoring what my camera is doing. Well, I've been streaming long enough. That's the point. I think I'm gonna go, and thank you guys for tuning in. I'd like to maybe. Oh, they said I just wanted to say hi to her because nobody ever says hi to Katie. It says 3 hours. Wow, dang. This always happens. I'm like, I'm going to stream for like an hour, and then it's 3 hours. But anyway, I'm going to try and do this more often. We'll see. Hopefully. Maybe like, I always say I'm going to do it, but I think I really will try this time because it'll be content. It can be activity. And I'm working on it, and I'm posting something, and blah, 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 all at the same time. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for all the donation chats. I hope you had a good time. And I appreciate the support, as always. And, I appreciate you guys tuning in and keeping up with Welcome to Hell. And, yeah. Hopefully I'll have some more stuff for you soon. All right. See you guys. Have a good night.